everybody, and welcome with us, Ginton Dice. So please, why don't you guys go ahead and grab a seat, get a drink, as you sit back and relax to watch us, a bunch of nerdy friends who sit at a virtual table to play Dungeons and Dragons. Soon I'm gonna call it just
World of Darkness.
what's it called again? 1D&D.
1D&D.
Yeah.
What, D&D 5.5?
Yeah. I'm just gonna welcome as we play 1D&D. Okay.
I think it's a ridiculous name. It's like, just call it 5.5. Like, who the fuck cares?
It's
Look, I haven't even got used to 5e yet. Like,
well, all it is just like a little bit more additional stuff as for like what the player handbook. So that's.
I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the fact that they make spells unable to crit, even though spells have attacks on them, and that sneak attack doesn't crit anymore and smites can't crit anymore. I mean,
what? It feels
yeah,
like
like
1.5.
like yeah, like they said it only like only weapon damage crits, not extra effects don't crit anymore.
Don't we have auto death now too?
I don't know if I didn't hear about that.
No, because that would be stupid to have.
I would be super excited. I'd be so dead like 5 times this campaign.
Well, we gotta keep going to see how many we can get
auto
you at.
Heal? Yep. Is that what you said?
No, auto death.
Auto death.
Let's check the natty 1 counter.
What's the natty counter on?
16.
16.
All right. Let's see.
It'll be 20 by
the end
of today.
Yeah, I was about to say. Let's see if we can get 4 in there. So,
Let's
why
see if
don't
we get 'em.
we go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of Your Tide, the Dragon Emblem. Okay, so where you guys last left off, you guys, after receiving your award and talking to a couple of individuals in Raqqa, whether it was Niall or the priest, you guys got the information you were either hoping to get or close enough to get, and headed your way going to Ginton, taking the west path. As you guys traveled a decent bit with a little bit of pleasantry into it, the second you guys enter into the, I have the name right here, Shornwick, the town of Shornwick.
Shornwick? Oh.
You guys, 2 of you, received minor damage, if you will. And realizing that there was some other people around town also looking like weird events was happening. You guys tried to ask around in of what's going on, and you guys willing to assist in whatever, with your first stop being at the town hall with I have his name, Gumatug Tusnall. That's his name. The Lord of Shornwick. As you guys tried to ask about these events, he pretty quickly shooed you away, saying that there was nothing wrong in this town. You guys then made a stop to a doctor while Aeth went and tried to talk to a couple of guards to see if they happen to know anything. As the rest of the group talked to the doctor, and with a little charm, he happened to say that there were strangeness that was happening in this town, causing effects that you would see typically in a field or farming, but it very rarely happens. It's not like a daily thing. Getting this info, and the fact knowing that the Lord is trying to make this town seem more pleasurable to hopefully build it up into something bigger. As it is a decent stop between Zetham, Zelosis, and Prover and Raka, he's trying to build it up and get a really good reputation going. So you guys, besides Aeth, went back to Town Hall and started to very aggressively persuade him to explain what is going on. With the receptionist running out, yelling for the guards, both Garbu and Clarence going out the back, kind of like busting through this window, except Clarence, who hit up a tree, and Garbu, who just kind of ran around the building.
I was told to get the cart. That's where I went.
And then Elise, who was in the chamber with the Lord, doing some very aggressive persuasion, if you will, but was not willing to leave a man bleeding and dying on the floor as you healed him as you walked out. Aeth, on the other hand, was getting some sort of information that you guys were looking for. And as the guards were being called, he traveled with them as everybody arrived to the steps of Town Hall. One of the guards already having Garbu in shackles and kind of thrown to the ground. And Elise, you are just kind of like walking right out the front door as they're all standing there. So, we're going to pick up right there. So as they all have run towards you on, it's just, stop right there! As they're like drawing their blades and stuff, and
I'm just still yelling that I had nothing to do with the murder.
yes.
Do I know Garbu got arrested?
No.
Or was being detained?
No.
Okay.
You are like behind the building, and they're all in the front.
Oh, what's up? Like, what? Like, so they're arresting Garvey in front of me?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like
I'm
about.
just on the ground
Everything's
screaming.
fine.
He's
I
about like
actually-
20. He's about like 20-ish feet away to your technical left.
I hear him
Um,
screaming.
I'm fully cooperative with the guard. I'm just still yelling that I had nothing to do with the murder.
And I just look, I guess I look out, I see the guards coming towards you, and I look at the guard, and I'm just like, what murder? Who got
I've been screaming.
Who
And
got
then-
murdered?
some of the guards are slowly approaching you up the steps, and they're just, please surrender! Do not make us use deadly force! As they were like getting closer and closer.
Why would you use deadly force?
We're ordering you to surrender!
Okay, but why are we using deadly force?
In case if we have to use deadly force, and the other one is going to try to go ahead and come behind you and shackle you, unless you're going to resist.
It's like, I just look at them, why are you shackling me? Do you just shackle random people?
You could see the receptionist like a couple of feet away, like behind everything, and she's like, "Yes, that's them. That's the ones that were hurting the Lord." And
He's not hurt. What are you talking about?
he even comes out and he's just, "Yes, that's the one. Arrest them. Take them all." And he's like trying to look around, and he's just, "We're missing two. No,
One.
one.
One. Exactly.
Maybe we could
You're
talk
probably the
about
only
this
goblin in this town.
first.
Oh,
I think everyone is like
This
highly
feels like
over.
this feels like a very confusing situation. Maybe you and I could talk about this in the company of the guards.
who
I
who
just
are you?
shocked look up at
who are
Elise
you
and say,
talking
"You
to,
didn't
Aeth?"
murder him?"
The
Of course I didn't
mayor
murder
or
him.
the
Why would
lord.
why would I murder him?
He's just. Wasn't you the one traveling with them earlier?
No, he's
What
just a
did they
random
do?
guard. Nothing.
That is
They
some
tried to
stupid.
kill me. Do you
like
not?
why
And
you?
he does look toward like kind of showcasing his like. Well, it is healed. It is also like
A
like
hole in his pants and
a
blood on the
hole
pants.
in the pants and just kind of bloodied up a little bit, and it's just
Is there a possibility we could pay a fine? Maybe.
I mean, I don't really see the problem. It's like there's no damage there. It's like your
if
pants
we
a bit
pay
ripped
a
up.
fine and we leave immediately, would that be all right?
uh.
Uh,
One of the guards, the one that you were talking to, Eighth, he's just, why don't we, everybody just relax.
I'm relaxed. I mean, you're all screaming.
Put the prisoners over there, and he's just kind of pointing to a little section. And
I mean, if I wanted to kill him, I could have killed him like 10 times over.
escorting you, Elise, like kind of like down the steps and to the right, and they're picking up Garbu and walking him over.
I would cooperate if they just lead me that direction. I'm
Yeah,
willing to
that's
walk
what
where they
that's what I'm
point.
saying. Like he's guiding you in that direction.
You said pick up.
Well,
Well, you're on the ground,
You were
weren't you?
on the ground.
No, I put my hands behind my back and he shackled me.
Oh, I thought you put your knees. You're like,
No, like
you know,
he,
you're on your-
as you did that, like, you know, one of those get on the ground, American style.
Oh, you mean,
It's like cops. It was like
he
cops.
just
It was like
he
cops.
he
Did
tackles
I
say
can't
like
deadly
breathe.
force.
like
I can't breathe.
you
I'm a child running away from the scene of a crime. I feel like they're using a little too
You-
much force. But
it's like
that
you were
is
like
American style.
you were like I'm full surrendering, and this guy just full blown tackles you. No, anyways, he does
Pretty accurate.
he does guide you in that direction. So, as things, we're gonna say it's been like 5-ish, like 5 to 10 minutes. Things have
Mhm.
slightly calmed down. There's 2 guards that's guarding you two. Aeth, you're kind of had like step back for a second as there's another guard or two that's talking to the Lord. The 2 that you were talking to, Aeth, the nice one, if you will, is the
Is
one
that
that's
the paranoid one?
yeah, the one that's like suspicious of everything.
Yeah.
He's over there with your group, and the one that was denying everything but was like also with the same guard is the one talking to the Lord. So you kind of have a moment to choose on like which direction you want to try to go for. It seems there's at this moment there's only like 4 guards. Yeah, just 4.
Do I have a guard next to me? Probably.
Nope.
Run.
Yeah, ask a blind kind of. This is a great idea.
Yeah, runs into a tree. Fuck.
What do you want to do?
I'm gonna go over to Garbu and Elise and see if I can.
Okay.
What happened?
I was in the lobby, then the lady went running out, and then I heard a thump from the other room, and some screaming, and Clarence told me to go get the cart, so I ran to get the cart, and then the guards told me to stop, so I stopped, and I told them I had nothing to do with the murder, because Elise murdered somebody, it sounded like.
Didn't murder anyone. He just fell to the ground when I shot him in the leg. I mean, what's the problem?
Why did you shoot him in the leg?
Because he was being a fucking liar, and I don't like that.
There's other ways to handle if someone's lying to you.
Yeah, I tried the magic, but he resisted, and I got annoyed, and I shot him.
Why did you try magic?
Because he was obviously not gonna give it willingly. I mean, I don't see the problem. I mean, like he's fine. Like I healed him. Like he's perfectly fine. It's like he's like brand new. I probably healed him more than he originally had health to begin with.
That
It's
arthritis
the
in his knee
principle of
now.
the action that you did. That's not going to heal away what you just did to the lord of this
Yeah.
town.
I mean, I don't see the problem, honestly.
So at this time, that's when the other guard that you talked to, Aeth, and he kind of comes over and he's just, all right, and he looks at okay, yeah, so he pretty much comes over and he asks you guys, all right, now I'm here to get your side of the story of what happened. And one of the guards is just like, yeah, she just said she shot. Shut it. Tell me what happened and why you're here.
I mean, he was we came in town, noticed that shit was wrong, wanted to go fix it. Your lord was being a shady motherfucker about it, didn't like it, tried to get information from him. He was like, fuck you guys. I was like, fuck you. Give it to me anyway. And then he was like, I just want to hide it so people don't see that our town is shit. And we're like, fuck that shit. We want to help the people. And I got annoyed and shot him in the leg and then healed him again.
You can see like the we'll just say like the paranoid guy, he's just like he's whispering it, but he's just like, I told you there's something going on here. Sorry, I didn't mean to actually whisper that either, but he's like, I knew there was something going on here.
Like there's some...
knew it. I knew something was going on.
But he whispered it.
And I just say like, I know there's something going on here. It's like you don't I'm a druid.
That's
magic.
That's
bullshit.
Fine. That's fine. Just
all the injuries were magical, out of nowhere.
Okay.
And if I wanted to kill him, and like you see how our eyes light up, I would have done it. I mean, don't see why he thinks that I'm trying to murder him. Like if I want to, he would have been dead 4 times over.
The paranoid guard is just like, see, even they know something's happening. And he's like kind of saying this very low, and he's quiet. You two go make sure that everything else, and see if you can walk around the building with something. See if you can find that missing one. Yes, sir. And he's like, his friend is just like, are you sure? Just go. So the 2 guards start to walk away.
I like that guy.
And
let him know. Call out and tell him we're out here waiting for him, so he doesn't feel threatened. We don't need any more mistakes.
Well, there's no mistakes. There's only right choices and better choices.
I'm going to tell you this, and he does kind of like go behind you guys, and like because they have you guys sitting down, so he'll lift up you first, at least, and then he'll remove the shackles, and then Garbu, and he's just, I'm going to tell you this. It seems like you guys are wary of some stuff happening here, and I won't lie to you. But you're not going to find answers from anybody here.
Yeah, that's
Only
very
the
clear.
people that'll look like outcasts or the crazy ones are the ones who tries to investigate this. Now, and he kind of like looking at you guys, and he's just, if you try to find out whatever happened here, whatever is happening here, nobody's going to know. You understand that? Nobody is even going to be aware of it, because it doesn't happen that often. I don't need you getting some people's hopes up and driving them into a more, let's just keep it simple, crazy state. The Lord is not willing to press charges on you guys, because even if you healed him, you can't just go around attacking somebody and then healing them. The hell's wrong with you? If you are not going to look in on this, never show your face here again. Am I clear?
Crystal.
So, go find your friend, grab your shit, and get the hell out.
I wasn't involved with the murder.
There's no one got murdered.
As he just stares at you pretty hard, Garbu, and he's just like, leave before I change my mind type face.
I just start walking out.
So as you guys are starting to grab your things, Clarence, you can hear the 2 guards that look like they're starting to walk around, and it seems like one of them is kind of looking like actually trying to find somebody, and the other one is just like, see, I told you other people, dude, shut up. I don't care, right? I'm surprised they even let you still stay on the guards. And he's just like, dude,
mm.
come on, like, I'm trying to just help. Like, no, dude, please. Like, he kind of like shoves him slightly, and he's like, quit following me. I don't give a shit what he says. Say one more word, and this is going through your head. And he kind of just keeps walking, and the other guard that's kind of just stands there for a moment. And
As we're getting released and the other guard walks back, I'm gonna tap my earring and we're gonna send a message to that guard that I know was saying that shit was going on. And I just tell him, I'm the elf lady. Come find us and we can talk some shit out. You can respond to this message.
You hear that?
No, to
No.
the guard, to that guard. Only he
so
can hear me.
just so happen he does kind of like, before you sent that message, he does kind of like lean up against the tree, just so happenly the one under Clarence from what I rolled, and he looks sad. He doesn't look like he's trying to look anywhere or anything. Like he's just leaning against the tree, and then this message goes through, and he's just, surprisingly enough, he responds telepathically, not like a lot of people. What? He does respond.
What?
When do you want to meet? And where?
Wait, I need to keep tracking down my messages that I sent with this thing. She like Elise was just say again, like, I mean, they want us to leave town, so just meet us towards the Ginton site, and we can have a chat.
Okay, at sundown, right when the sun's cresting the hills. Okay, and he does
Yeah.
kind of like, Clarence, as you can see, he does kind of like quickly like adjust his stuff, and he's just flips the guy off in that direction, and then just kind of goes and runs.
Okay.
I mean, he could have probably just casually walked off into the trees as if he was looking for the guy instead of running, but
There are guards actively searching. I don't know that we're okay now. I'm still staying in the freaking tree. I don't. Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest. Like,
So
I
what?
don't know that
So what
Kirby
is
got
what
caught.
is
Let's see.
what is everybody else doing? You guys were pretty much
went
told
to
to
the
go
cart.
grab your friend and then grab your
I'm
like
because-
stuff and go. So
like,
I'm grabbing
who knew that
still.
who knew that this message of earring of message is gonna be so fucking useful. I'm gonna look in the direction of where I assume he sort of is hiding. I mean, I guess you can make me roll for it if you want, but I'm just looking in the general direction of the place because I assume he didn't go that far. Let's see. I'm gonna roll something for myself first.
I'll even say Garbu probably could have told you. He also ran out the window. Wait,
Okay,
no,
there we
Garbu
go.
did it first. So yeah, he wouldn't have known.
Yeah, I didn't
Nah.
see. I went out the
Okay.
window to circle around the building because he told me to, and
Yep. I told you to go to the cart and leave.
yeah, so I went to the cart because the cart's in front of the building.
I'll say this.
I'm just-
You assume probably somewhere in the back just because you don't see him in the front.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's why I rolled an intelligence check to make sure. I just send a message in in the direction of the back, and I'm just gonna send the Clarence. Everything's fine. You can come out and meet us at the northern exit of the town.
Okay, do I get it?
You can respond to this message.
On my way, and then I just hop down and start walking towards where they are. I
Okay.
feel like I'm not gonna mess around.
I
Hey
understand
guys,
that you
are
guys.
you okay? Everything all right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
fine.
I mean, see, we got results and we found some
We
interesting
got
things.
kicked out of a town.
I mean, not
know.
technically kicked out. If we've solved the problem, then we're cool again.
Why did you
Not
try
that
to
easy.
murder him?
I didn't try to murder him. If I wa-
Talk.
Why did
There
you
is
shoot
no-
him with an arrow? There
because
are
he
other-
wasn't No, he
I
wasn't
heard
giving
a
up
thump and
information.
some screams. What else would that mean other than murder?
If he was dead, then you wouldn't hear a scream. You would just hear a thump and nothing.
I guess that makes sense.
And like, and if
It's-
I wanted to kill him, I would have killed him 5 times over. I mean, the guy like literally could take nothing.
It's it's not that simple sometimes. You have to
I mean,
be
it seemed
careful
pretty
with this
simple.
kind of thing because a lot of times not that it's not as simple as being out in the wild with this kind of thing. There's a lot more hoops that we have to jump through to try and find that information out.
I mean,
Doing that makes it a lot more difficult to find any information out because if people do have something and they do want to tell us, they're not going to be as willing to tell someone that just shot the Lord in the leg with an arrow and then healed them. That makes
I
it
mean,
very difficult for people to be honest with you.
I mean, he was pretty straightforward and honest after I shot him. So I mean, I don't know.
You say a lot of things when you get tortured.
No, it
So-
wasn't torture. I only hit him once, but like that one guard that we saw, that guy's coming here.
So, are you guys doing anything until the time of?
No, I'm just like he'll be here at sundown. So let's just chill out, I guess.
I make it look like we're getting stuff together. Otherwise, they're gonna get annoyed that we aren't leaving yet.
I've already used my channel divinity for the day when we woke up. Could I take a short rest to try to get that back?
I would say this would be easy enough because you guys enter into town like decently. The sun was still out, but decently early. But with a lot of talking and stuff, I'm gonna say like somewhere around midday to maybe slightly past. So you guys were pretty much, as you all got together, escorted out. Now it's not like a here's some gates and stuff. It's just kind of like in obviously what an entrance looking area, but the two guards kind of escorted you guys past that and just kind of watched you. So you guys traveled just a little bit up and then kind of off to the side, waiting for the sun to go down. So, short rest if anybody wants to take it.
Mhm.
So,
Guard
as
is out.
do what?
That's more for the least. Which
What did he
guard did
say?
you ask?
That one guy that was standing next to us, that was like, "Hey guys, I told you so. There's something going on." That guy.
Talk to him earlier. He's saying that I'm gonna explain everything that he told me about with the possible of it being a hag or a witch doctor.
Oh, that's pretty spicy.
If it's something like that, that makes it very unusual.
What's
I
a
mean-
hag?
Someone that lives alone that doesn't want to associate with other people.
I mean, hags sort of drain people of lives and shit. They're bad. Like you have different versions of them, but they're bad. That's for sure.
You tried to kill someone. That's pretty.
I didn't try to kill someone. Like I don't. I think when we talk about killing, I don't try. I do.
Why don't
There is no try.
You almost did.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. I could have.
it would have been accidental?
That would have been collateral. I don't know.
Hmm.
I didn't try to kill him. I just tried to hurt him
Bad.
successfully.
So
I mean, he's fine. I mean, like that guard seemed to be really nice. So
Yes, but it's just one of those things though where it's effective, but it's not always the best thing if we're going into other towns and cities because other guards do talk to other guards.
it's a little
But, like,
shitty town.
we like we pretend not to judge people when they buy lots of food and they don't need all that food. but we judge them. That's how guards are. We be nice to people sometimes, but then like when they walk away, sometimes they're assholes.
At least like sort of blinks. How does this pertain to? How does this relate to me shooting the guy in the leg to get results?
These other guards are gonna
Guards
talk
will
about
tell
what you
other
did
guards.
in other towns.
Oh, oh okay.
So
Look,
like if Kate,
You
Like
go.
a game of telephone, it'll go from you shooting a guy in the knee to you shooting a guy's niece to you killing a guy's niece to you murdering multiple children. Eventually, like it's a game of telephone, you know.
It's not so much an ethics thing as a logic thing. It's like, do the risks outweigh what's going to happen if it goes wrong? You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not
Right?
gonna
Hey,
blame.
that's what you're trying to say is the guards will pass it on to other
I'm,
guards.
yeah.
Was she
I'm
telling me
not
I have a
blaming.
reputation?
No, I'm not blaming it. I'm not gonna blame you or this was my fault. Maybe I should have been there to make sure that this didn't happen. But how about next time we try to gather information, we talk about things first before we rush into something.
Thought we were talking.
We were talking. I talked to him as well. I didn't kill him.
I mean, if you wanted to do that, we could have just like snuck into his house late at night. I could have put a cannon in his mouth. He could have freaked out. It would have been simple.
But it got us in trouble still.
Yeah.
I could have made him blind so he couldn't see us.
Look, they couldn't find me. That's all I'm saying. I'm pretty good at this hiding stuff.
I mean, I'm just saying, like we got a good result in the end.
Let's try not to make that a habit.
It was fun though. Not gonna lie.
The downhill slope. Joseph, I know you said you wanted the third campaign to be the evil campaign, but I think we may have skipped one on you.
You guys do you. So, as time goes on, and it gets to the point where the sun is setting, you guys can kind of like keeping an eye on just the entrance to that area. It seems as the two guards that escorted you there a long time ago are like pretty much starting to leave, and another guard is like taking their place. And he goes and starts to light up like two decent sized bonfire like torches, if you will, and lighten them up. And then he just kind of takes one of the torches and starting to look around and just kind of starts to wave it a little bit just to see if anything happens.
Oh, let's go talk to them, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Like,
I'll start.
Now?
Mm-hmm.
You did say you wanted to meet with.
Yeah.
All right.
I just walk up. I just walk up to the guy.
Oh,
Okay, so
follow.
you guys pretty much come out of the woodwork, if you will, and start
Mm.
walking up, and he kind of starts to notice you guys and doesn't put it back. He just kind of throws the torch in the bonfire and then kind of walks a little bit more in your direction, trying to keep a little bit still in the shadows, if you will. And he's just, "Hi guys, you still have no idea how much I am relieved to know that you guys are going to try to look in on this. Like, a lot of people think I'm crazy and stuff, but like, there's something's happening here that's not natural."
No, that's for sure. I mean, when we came here, I noticed the poison. Like, I didn't randomly get poisoned,
Yeah,
and I couldn't find an insect bite.
You
So,
can see
you know.
he kind of pulls out like a little note thing and like writes that little down and then closes it. And he's like, "It's just more stuff added to the list." So,
His shoulder hurt.
I told him about that earlier.
we had 67 of those so far. Closes it back up. So, what is it that you guys need in terms of? We don't know much at all.
So, what's this whole hack story that you've heard about?
Well, we don't exactly know what it is, but the rumor could be that something cursed this town. And it's like what deals with curses and stuff like that. A hag, at least that's kind of what I like to think. But like
Mm.
again, though, something is cursing us because it doesn't happen if you're not here. It only happens when you're here. So yeah, but the only information I got as he's kind of scrolling, like not scrolling, but like flipping through, and there's just people that get weird, wounds on them, if you will, and
Mm.
no, they wasn't doing anything weird or anything wrong to cause such a thing. So I start to think that maybe, and he's starting to like speed up with his talks and almost like
Honestly,
he's not breathing as he's just starting to ramble on.
yeah, at least he's just nodding and nodding, like
I'll
just
I'll
listening.
cast guidance on him so that he can have an extra D4 to his con check to keep talking without breathing in.
It's like
Just give him a little bit better chance of getting all the info out.
as you do it, like it gets like it's almost like the second you do it, he went into another gear. And it's just but hindsight, he tells you pretty much the same thing that Aeth told you guys, that they call this entity the Cruel Torturer. It seems to have only affect people in this town, and other than that, there's not like a real indication of like where this could be coming from.
Mm.
Is there any cabins or like houses or settlements, like one family settlements close by to the town that seem suspicious or abandoned?
Maybe somebody who passes through like once every somewhat often, but like not.
Well, I try to keep track of what kind of people enter in, and unless I'm missing some people, it seems normal. I haven't seen repeat of people unless they're traders, or whether they come from Zelosis or they come from the farm down the way a couple of days from now, which is the Grasshopper Lands. It's other than that. Oh, and then of course the east, right? No, yes. Eastbourne. That's north of here. That's also a couple of days. Besides travelers or merchants that comes from them, there's nobody that seems to be really suspicious, if you will. And no, around here, no, there's no settlements or like little cabins or stuff. Trust me, I looked quite extensively, but yeah, no.
Insight check.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
He's lying.
No, I just.
It's him.
I'm
He's
fucking in.
Natural 20.
Natural
he's the witch Dr. Cole. He's Natalie in disguise.
I
don't even know who
I
Natalie is.
caught on right away.
And you never
Don't need
will.
to, Brett.
Natalie's child.
Um,
Fuck
Go
you.
through and read the notes from the last campaign, I guess.
That's gonna take 10 years.
it would take 10
Mhm.
years. So, anyways, no, you think he really is telling the truth that maybe by himself, but he has gone through and looked around. Like, it almost seems out of the way he's so invested in on this, if you will. It's like he might be probably like the only one that's actually looking in on this. And he's like, as he says, he's looked around, he's tried monitoring people, and it's just like, he admits he can't do everything, but like, he's tried, and so far he hasn't found a single thing.
As he's busy with his rant, I'm gonna.
People in the town that are. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Like, this is just more for Joe so that he knows that I'm cast. Like, as he's talking, Like Elise is like getting speak with animals during the time. She's like listening to him and nodding, but she's like getting that spell active.
Okay.
Is there people in the town that are magically talented? Ones that you have noticed that could do magic that could cause those kind of effects occurring?
Besides, like, the occasional, magic users, but they're all not powerful enough to do all of this, to cause harm to people. And plus, even if that, like, it doesn't happen that often, like maybe a couple of times a month.
Mhm.
It's not every day. There's been sometimes that it calms down, and then times it picks up, and it's just like it's crazy. But yeah, no. I don't think it's anybody here that's doing it.
Hmm. Well, you seem to know a lot about it, but I think let's go. I'm just gonna look around, see if there's any flying animals around.
Before that, could I ask you a couple questions, Mister?
Oh, my name, Bro.
Oh.
Bro Markanev.
I am Clarence. Uh, so I had a couple questions. First off, do you know any of the people that have been afflicted
Like,
personally?
do I know them personally? No, I've seen the people who live here, obviously. I'm supposed to guard them and all. And he kind of pauses and then, he looks back like he's looking at the trail and stuff, like what he's probably should be doing. And he's like, just making sure like nobody that looked suspicious coming in. He's just, okay, yeah, no, I mean, there's some people I know around here, sure, but not personally, no.
Have you ran into any people that were personally afflicted in your time as a guard?
I mean, I've maybe seen once or twice, but like most of the information I got was that I took, borrowed from the doctor when I asked nicely.
Yep, we're cool. We're cool. You don't have to have tact around us. We don't really care.
I mean, I
Second-
sort of hit the Lord, so.
yeah, obviously, we don't have a whole lot of tact in this party. Second question: are there any underground caverns or caves? Anything we should be aware of? Any sort of tops of trees that would be supernatural? Any weird wives' tales? Anything like that?
I mean, not that I am aware of. I mean, I don't really have the gracious time to go out and explore, if you will, since being a guard and all.
Okay.
Not a lot of free time when you're a guard.
That's reasonable.
Exactly. And plus, if you notice, there's not many of us here, so which Aeth, you understand, just because the fact, while there is, and some of you can kind of get this as an understanding as well, while there is cities with guilds and their own guards, if you will, and so on and so forth, a lot of places don't send, like, they're not like kingdoms. They don't send guards or any sort of military presence to nearby towns. So the guards that you see here in this town is like a step above a commoner, if you will. They're not like military like trained. They have some sort of, training, if you will, but not like what a guard that you would see at any major city.
Like a militiaman or something like that.
Yeah, like these are just people who, maybe want to try to be something, maybe want to try to make a name for themselves at some point. But like this is their job in their life, and like that's it. So like the 4 guards you saw were pretty much like the only 4 guards here. There's no other guards that rotate out with them. They rotate out with themselves.
Is that a bit smaller than what my hometown had for guards, or is it about the same size?
Give or take. I mean, this one is maybe slightly more, let's just say trade savvy, if you will, just because of the fact they're actually in a pretty good location to receive trade from 3 different directions. Yours is kind of like one or the other, and so it's a little bit spread outish, if you will, and more of like, again, focused on like cutting down trees and like getting wood and stuff like that. So
Is there like a well or any sort of like crypt or anything like that in town? Anything that goes into the ground to any depth?
I mean,
Sorry, word of the day.
there is a well, but you know, it's not like it's big or anything.
Is there a catacombs here?
Not
You
that
already
I
said
would
it
know.
Sort of cave.
What about a
that's what-
graveyard?
Graveyard.
I mean, yeah, we have like a small graveyard that's been, you know, slowly getting more and more as the years go on, but like it's not like anything suspicious there. Trust me, that was kind of like the first place I checked. And I was not scared at all. I could tell you that much.
Inside check,
Don't
I can
believe-
tell that's bullshit.
Listen, I don't need to roll. I'm going to, but I already don't believe him.
I mean, I have a
Inside check.
passive insight. I have a passive insight of 18, so I guess I have to probably figure out that as well.
I got a
Rolled
pass
it.
instead of a 14.
18 total.
You know what?
Natural
I'll-
20 if I
that's
had
a-
advantage.
If
someone
you
wanted
if
to
you
help
want
me,
it
per
if you
se.
want to insight, you can insight.
I will help him.
Come on,
insight.
bud.
I'll whisper to him and be like, "Hey, little guy."
I mean,
Could
I got a
take
17.
that
Unless you
with
want me to
my
just
natural
roll.
20?
I'll take it. Oh,
I'll
he
take that.
rolled.
Wow,
Yeah,
we
that
all just
doesn't matter.
don't believe him at all.
Yeah, no,
Which-
no,
None of us
alright,
believe
yeah.
him. He was terrified.
We'll just
Which-
do it that way.
Just to make sure, something like that is fine. But if you later on, if it's like something actual serious or whatever, if you want to help, you got to say it before you roll.
Okay.
Because that's cheating. It's like, hey,
You're
if you help
cheating.
me, I can get a 20.
Keep it doodle.
Could
So
have a
anyways,
natural 20.
I just rolled. I was like,
Oh yeah, all of you know that he was probably scared out of his mind going
That's
through the
fine.
graveyard.
I'll just pat him on the shin.
Yeah, me too.
But
I'm
he
like,
is
okay.
he
Okay,
is
buddy.
he is putting on a brave face as obvious as it is.
How about if we try to gather some info in Zepham? You can see what you can find here and whatever clues that could lead us to wherever whatever is causing this or whoever.
But I thought he said if we didn't solve it, we weren't allowed to come back.
What are you talking about?
The other guy? Your friend?
I'm-
Other guard?
The cap, your superior.
You, what? You ain't talking about Meccan, are you?
Who?
Cause he wouldn't say that. He's my friend.
And he's talking about us, not about you.
Well, I mean, why would he tell you guys to not look at it or come back?
Oh. Excuse me. Sorry.
I think
I did-
Elise looks at him as her spell finishes and looks at. What, you telling me that that's weird for him to say?
I mean, he believes me.
He's in
I
on it.
know he does.
Oh, look at the 8.
I'm like,
We need to talk to this other guard.
he
take
believed
us
you at
to
an
Meccan?
extent, but he didn't seem to be fully invested in what you were telling him when I was there the first time talking to you two.
He just puts on a face. He believes. He just doesn't want people to know. You guys are starting to scare me a little bit. Making me think he was like everybody else who just thinks I'm crazy and all of that.
Is this guy crazy?
I'm looking for. I'm like as.
By
as
the way,
I've-
so by the way, out of all of this talk, I know I'm like trying to slightly
I'm
get
looking.
back to
I'm looking for a bird.
it. Sure, why not? A nondescripted bird somewhere.
Yeah, I just get like, hey buddy, can you come down here for a second? I have a question.
Roll a persuasion check.
Sure. Why the fuck not? Right? I'll guide myself. I
Okay.
mean, it's
Cool.
already 20. It's already 22, but I rolled a guy.
25.
25.
All right. Yeah, this bird
Ah.
totally trusts a random, random, humanoid that won't like try to capture it, kill it, or whatever. So
I mean,
it
it
does
understands me.
it. Just because it understands doesn't mean. I'm sure there's hunters who use animal talk to lure creatures in. So,
Fair,
anyways,
Good.
Yeah, rangers get it.
I mean, I'm very
Ah.
trustworthy.
uh, the bird does come down and kind of like on like a perch that's really closer to you guys, and it's just like listening to whatever you obviously have to say.
So there's this weird stuff going on here. Is there like an area that you avoid nearby? Like all of you guys, since you like sort of people like you avoid.
Um. It does say like we don't typically avoid it, but we do avoid it occasionally.
Where is this place?
Just it talks about like avoiding the town occasionally.
Mm.
So it's not saying like there's a. It's trying to more say like the whole town together. Like
Okay.
at some points in time, it does try to get away or avoid going into the town at certain moments, and then goes back in. It's almost like it's pretty much like it's getting a warning, or if it feels like something's about to happen, and then like kind of like almost now it's like a habit where the animals, or at least some that can, like wild, might get out, and then after a small period of time will come back in. Like even on that same day, whatever. So
So and then you just look at it. So there's no like weird creatures or things around here. It's like the town itself.
yes.
I wonder if there's a pattern or anything.
Okay. Interesting. Any specific places? Like, do you get like a specific sense? Like, I just look at the bird. Do you get any specific sense of where it comes from? Because we're trying to make sure that it disappears.
It's just like a residence, if you will. Like it feels like it's engulfing the town, but it doesn't like go out into the woods or something. Like it doesn't extend. It just feels like it's pretty much like it's just a town. Like if we were to fly out of the town for like, I don't know, a couple of minutes to an hour, not that they would know what a couple of minutes to an hour is, and then they could come right back in without an issue.
So it's something in the town itself. Okay, of course. That's probably also the reason why, like at least like it's talking to the bird, and I guess you hear like a very one-sided conversation, and at least talking to herself as she's saying things out loud.
We hear
It's
Lisa's side.
well, it's like as Clarence and Aeth is asking this guy questions, she's kind of like doing like a little bit of a bird call, if you will. So
That's an owl, but
It is a bird.
owls are, yeah.
Well, I just say, well, thank you, buddy. I guess I'll just leave you to your business, and we'll see if we can solve this problem so you can fly in town and do your business there.
it says good day to you, put its top hat on, and then flies away all fancy like.
He
Good,
forgot his
I-
monocle.
And it's
Hey, you forgot. Okay.
Ah, dang
Um,
it. Every time he flies back, puts it on, and then.
I turn back and I look at them. So that good fellow over there told me that we're looking for something in the town. So that's why you probably didn't find anything outside of town, because we're looking for something in the town.
I mean, I searched. Well, at least the places I could get into, I searched, but
What are the places you can't get into?
people's houses and
What people?
the people
The
who
lords?
no,
The people that
the
live
people
here.
who live here.
What about Mikhail? What's your friend's name? Mikhail? What about his house?
I mean, we all live at the guard barracks, and there's
Kind
not
of rare.
like there's nothing there. I live there.
Why are you laughing when you say that? What are you hiding in the guard barracks?
What makes you think of hiding something in the barracks?
Because you laughed when you said there's nothing there.
Because I live there. Do you think I would know if something was happening right in front of me?
There's
Insight?
not a lot of stuff. There's not a lot of stuff in the card there.
Insight.
Oh.
You think he would notice something if it was happening in front of him?
I'm not rolling. I can't beat that.
Sure you can.
No, I can't. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
we're back on track.
He's
Close.
definitely hiding
So
something.
close.
something definitely hiding.
I just look at them and like, so obviously there's something going on there, because if the birds, like if the animals see it or notice it, like he told me that they would sort of feel it and fly off and then come, like go out and then come back again once it was over. So there's clearly something going on.
Like
It's
an
in the
earthquake?
town.
Does it give a
Yeah,
rough
I guess so.
area?
Yeah.
Like
It says the
what
town. I asked. It says the town itself.
Well, like animals can have like premonition and sense earthquakes before we can, like even before seismic detectors, so they'll leave the area beforehand. Is it some sort of natural cause then?
I don't think it's natural, because I mean, like the way how what I detected, it was clearly something very much not natural. Like you don't randomly get poisoned,
That's true.
and you don't randomly get like. Well, I guess you could randomly get pain, but randomly getting poisoned, that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it's obviously something in town. I mean, maybe that's the reason why you couldn't have found anything, because you seem to be very thorough. I look back at the card. So,
He's just like, thank you.
but we're looking for something in town.
You know
And we're
how
probably
long
looking
this- Sorry,
It
do
would
you
have
know
to be
how long
something
this
that-
has been going on?
Well, I mean, and he kind of pulls out like his thing again, and is like going back to some really early notes of his, and it's just from the information that I borrowed, and like does that very suspicious look again from the doctor's office.
Did
It
he
seems
beat up the doctor to get this info?
you don't know.
look, drink this
he-
vial. That's
Did
definitely not
he?
poison.
No,
Okay.
he might have,
Coerced him.
No,
Mm.
I'll pretty much say like he either kind of like snuck in and got it, or like tried to sneakily get it. He's not a forceful guy by his own demeanor. So, anyways,
Could be hiding something. He could be mad.
he
Mm.
pretty much goes on to describe that it looks like it's been happening for a couple of years, but not like a long time. Like maybe because it kind of gets a little off, but he's basing it off on the amount of people gone to the doctor for injuries picked up, which was like, we'll just cap it like around 3 to 4 years.
Mm.
He does make a note that it's like it gets like, it is kind of weird that it looks like it picks up a lot like when it comes out of winter, but then it decreases once it gets into winter. But other than that, like, that's all I am able to find out.
Is there families that leave the town during the winter time that come back during the spring?
I mean, not often, I guess. I don't quite know. I mean,
Do you have any old
most-
people who are less active during the winter?
we have old people. I don't know if they're less active in the winter.
Thought you said you were taking notes on this whole thing.
I mean,
big's the
I
town?
am taking notes on this. Thank you.
How big is the town? Like if I were to walk through the town, how long would it take me to walk through the town?
If you're like, are you talking about just go straight through it, if you will?
Oh, I mean, I don't like. Is it wide? Like, is it?
It pretty much again. It meets a intersection of three roads. So when the three roads pretty much come together, there's the town hall in the center of it. So you have like, let's just say somewhere between 5 to 10 minutes in each three directions of walking through.
How about this?
So it's not a big town.
We have at least 2 people that can use detect magic. I believe we have 3. At least, can you also use detect magic? Oh no. Well, nope. Okay. So we have 2 people. Well, if I walk one direction and Garby walks the other direction, we've got 10 minutes each to find some sort of magic. Why don't we try that? Walk down one direction, he'll walk the other direction, and we'll meet back and report what we have.
I tried
guys
to
can
detect
keep
evil
talking
and
to 'em.
good. I got a few Fae that I saw walk past, and then I picked up one Celestial.
Okay, that's well, he's
Me, isn't it?
Yeah, it's you.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a.
You said Faye?
Yeah, it was.
I wasn't in the room. I
Joseph
don't know.
said it was the elves.
Yeah,
I was
it's
picking up as Fae.
Fae are
Yeah.
more from the Feywild or Elven people that have Fey descent.
Joseph just told me Fae.
Oh,
Fae,
no, I was just
Elven.
AF was just down.
Like I was saying, yes, you pick up Fae, showcasing that it is Elven people.
I mean, I could try one thing as well, and
See if my friend could find anything out.
I mean, we're looking for something like whatever is doing this must have some way of amplifying. Like, there's no spells that would would hit something this big without some form of amplification, right? At least, unless we're dealing with something extremely powerful, which is scary.
Oh,
But they must have something.
If you guys don't care, I really do actually have to quickly get back before they start to notice I'm not there. Is there any other questions you guys need? How about this?
I mean,
If you need anything, I'll start taking the night shift. Yes, and then you can put on this. And he kind of like looks at the like a tree that's close to you guys, and he kind of goes to the back end of it that's like facing away from the town, and he kind of carves a little bit as he kind of pulls out this sword, and he kind of holds it very weird, but he's like carving just a little bit of like a signal, if you will, just to showcase or sign for him if he was ever to come back. It's like, here, if you put a note on this tree, I can get it and like respond to it or whatever that says it on the note. But yeah, I do gotta get back. I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it. No one is coming past. No one has gone past. By the way, I have an eye for those things.
We could probably also reach you in other ways.
Okay. But yeah. Bye guys. And he kind of like quickly like grabs his stuff and starts to head off. And he pretty much goes like back into town.
Was that
So
guy
what
crazy?
No, I just think he's very enthusiastic, and I think he has like sometimes you need people who look further than nothing's going wrong, you know.
Like conspiracy theories.
I guess. So what I can do is that I can summon like a bunch of fucking rats and like have them scurry around town and see if they can find something strange.
Can you summon 16 rats?
8.
Hey!
CR 1/2 or CR
Like
1/4?
rats are worse than a random
1/4.
illness.
Nobody outside. Come on, bud.
What are they?
I don't know what rats like. Let's see, rat 5.
At 3rd level, I think you can do
8.
Oh, it's 8. Well, I was casting at 5th, wasn't I, to get 16 or something? Yeah, okay. I don't remember.
So what I can do is that I can have those rats like look around for maybe some kind of ritual space.
Can I have
Is
one of
they-
the rats?
You don't get any food from it. Like they're like
The
magical.
rat then. better to do rats or something that can fly?
Because they need to get into houses, and like rats can get into all the nooks and crannies, right? Because we're looking for something inside the
just ask
town,
them.
and
We
if
could
we
ask
go,
him which houses, which buildings he wasn't allowed in, and the rats there.
I mean, I think he's not allowed to go into any building apart from like the main public buildings.
What about like flies? Can you summon flies? Would they be smart enough to look in the houses?
No, like rats are pretty intelligent.
Well,
What about mice? So they're smaller and can fit in more houses.
I mean, rats aren't that big, unless like I don't know what kind of rats you're dealing with.
Big junkyard rat.
I mean,
those
like
are-
we're not
They're
talking.
like a full meal. They're like
Yeah, I'm
this
no.
big, which is Garbu's size, so it's like this big.
I can't see when you do that. When you put your hands out, I cannot see you.
Oh, I said like this big, but that's Garbu, who is only like 2 feet tall, so it's probably like this big.
It's like a normal rat. I'm just gonna cast conjure animals at 3rd level, summon 8 rats, and send them out into town to find a ritual site.
Arby, you want to try my plan? You walk
You
one
can do
way.
your plan as well.
I'll have to ritual cast it, so you'll have to give me a minute.
Yeah, I'm doing that too.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can find for my friend then too. See if I can be some of use for that.
Naruto hand signs.
Now, keep in mind, you guys were told not to go back in, so
Yeah, that's why I'm sending rats to do my bidding.
I'm just saying.
What if we just walk?
They don't
around?
even know I was a part of it, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, you came back and joined up with the group, and you guys were still escorted out.
What if we just walk around? We were told not to come back in, but what if we just walk around the perimeter and pause every time that we
Actually,
need to recast the spell, since
Yeah.
it'll just take a little longer? We
Yeah,
have
can
like
we do
an
that?
hour or so, right? We can take our time.
It's up to you guys.
let's do
Yeah,
that.
you can do whatever you want. I'm just gonna sit there and wait for the.
All right, let's split up. And
Yeah.
the only people who will still be together is Elise and Abe.
Do we need to like roll anything?
Well, first off, Elise, why don't you go ahead and give me? You said you did 8 rats.
Mhm.
Just do 4 d20s. And then for Garbu and Clarence, you guys go ahead and cast your spells. Or you said you did it ritually, so are you guys just pretty much going opposite sides and going to meet back up on the
Yeah.
Okay. How long does that take? And
It'll last
10 minutes, and then we would have to recast, and then 10 minutes.
and how far does it go?
30 feet around us.
Okay.
Wait, is it diameter or circumference? I can't remember.
Diameter.
Okay.
Okay. So 6, 1, 6, 11. Okay.
Oh shit! Sorry.
Okay. So
6 months. 6 1 16 11. Sorry.
Ah.
No, it's a 30-foot radius. Sorry, so it's 60-foot diameter total. It's the radius.
Okay. So
And then
That's double the size of what
I
I
was
said.
gonna get a hold of my friend, see if she could help us with, or help me figure out what locating the locate the weirdness of what's going on.
try to make a religion check.
Religion. God, I'm still terrible. Ooh, 16.
You have a 0 modifier on that.
Okay.
I've had a 0 on both campaigns.
So let's see. And how long do you say it lasts? An hour?
Holy crap.
What my
No.
conjure animals?
No. Detect magic.
10
I'm
minutes.
just.
10 minutes.
Oh, it only lasts. Okay.
minute.
I'm just trying to make sure everything's understood.
Detect magic, we would have to keep recasting to make it all the way around the city. I
That's
think.
what we were saying, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to say so pretty much your rats won't get back in the morning, pretty much, because that's like a lot of houses they have to try to go through and scurry and stuff like that, if they can get into some of them. Let's see. For the detect magic people,
We're just walking around the perimeter of town.
I mean, of course, there's a couple of things that kind of like pop up, but they seem like maybe common stuff, like in shops and maybe in some people's houses if they bought something somewhere that could have been magical. It's not like you can reach the entire town, but just on the outskirts, which it's kind of like you guys are hitting a little bit more of the housework anyway, because you will only see shops a lot more closer in. Yeah, it feels like you're picking up common like items, nothing that deems worthy of like a giant ritual or something like that, if you will. Aeth, you pretty much meditate and you just get no response.
It might be late for you. Sorry for disturbing you if you do get this late.
And as so Garber and Clarence, when you guys meet up on the other side of the town, what are you going to do? Are you just going to like walk together back one way, or
What if we each take the other person's route back and continue? That way we double check.
hold on?
I'm okay with that, but
Nope, he's gone.
I don't think we're
Right.
gonna do anything that way.
Yeah, I know,
hope
but
we do.
I just
Yeah.
in character, it wouldn't make sense to just assume.
No, yeah.
Like I know Joseph told us there's nothing there, but like
I guess technically I could try to. You're not gonna be able to sneak anywhere, but like I could try
I
to sneak
can try.
through town.
Clank, clank,
I'll
clank,
enhance
clank, clank.
abilities, or did I prepare enhance abilities?
Hmm.
I did not, and I cannot ritual cast it.
I mean, you could give me guidance.
That'll last 1 minute. You get past like 2 houses, and then guidance will be gone.
It's only like
That-
3, so like.
Maybe
about that.
one house if you're lucky.
So, pretty much same old deal with you guys as you travel the other person's path. In the morning, it's not like the sun's coming up, if you will, but it is just early morning, and I think you would.
Alcohol horse meat. Or did we already do that?
Okay. You know at least that 2 of your rats, like, disappeared throughout the night. Like,
They tried to eat some cheese and got hit in a trap.
something must have attacked them, causing them to disappear. But the other 2 came back, and they showcased that nothing of the specifics that you were looking for.
Can you tell which 2 went missing, like where they were searching?
Let me see. I think I have a. I mean, I guess I don't know. It doesn't specify, so. I don't specify that I would know that, but what happened to the other 4?
Oh,
Nice, that's
sorry. That was for like. Ignore me. 2 out of the 8. So, the 6 that came back were just like, there's not really much.
No, okay, but there's 2 that got squashed, and
Could be a
Maybe they should have done the buddy system.
mm.
the ready. The rapper.
I mean, there's other things we could try. Obviously, there's something. We're not looking around the outside of the city. We're looking at something inside the city or town, in the middle of it, right?
Yeah, we're not allowed
We
to
didn't pick up anything on the outskirts.
And Joseph, today's day 27, right?
Yes.
Do I
I mean,
remember anything
only
out of the
4 guards,
ordinary
right?
in the office?
One at a time. Do what?
You go first, Leroy.
There's only 4 guards, right? We can one of them is on our side, so we could easily go through town and figure things out.
Everyone but Garbu could easily.
I mean, there's 4 guards, and probably most of them are posted at the edge of town. So I mean, shouldn't be too hard to avoid one guard.
I mean, we can put my armor into your bag.
Naked tiny kobold.
I still have clothes
I
under the
know. I'm
armor.
joking. I'm
You have to
joking.
wear underclothes, or else it's gonna be all like metal just touching bare scale.
Look,
Not gonna be
you're
the most comfortable thing.
you're a midget dragon covered in pots and pans. Let's be real.
They don't stick around one area too. They usually patrol.
I mean, but I feel like if we try to walk into town and say like the receptionist or the lord sees us, they're probably gonna get mad.
Yeah, well, they sit in their place, so
Wait, there's only 4, and they have to sleep at some point, right?
Well, you
But
guys
you would
haven't went to
probably
sleep
while
either,
you
too.
are awake.
That's
We
true.
haven't.
I assume we would after the walking around the
Yeah,
whole town.
I thought we did, but I guess we didn't say it too then.
no, we can go to sleep now first. But I think we can just, if we're just careful about it, we can just go around town and figure things out, because obviously there's something going on inside the town.
Yeah.
I mean, the birds, everything, if he says that there's nothing around town, the birds say there's nothing around town. They specifically mention it's in town. You went around the edge of the town. Logically, there's only the inside left, right?
I picked up a magical fork on the other side of town. Like the glowing outline of magic kind of seemed to be shaped like a fork.
Yeah, well, we're not
What
looking
to
for a
use that
fork.
for, but
I mean, maybe it cleans itself. I don't know.
well, that'd be neat.
But obviously, there's something inside the center of town. I mean, and as well, if you want to reach the entire time, you need to be in the center of it, right?
I mean, I would assume is the what's like at the center of town? Is it the town hall where the Lord was, where we were dealing with
Yes.
issues?
Yes.
I was gonna ask if I remembered anything magical from his office.
I mean, from a glimpse, probably not.
When we were walking the perimeter, did we see anyone who like maybe their house was farther out from town than other people? Like anybody who kind of seemed like an outlier?
No. You might have seen
A homeless person sleeping on a park bench?
no. You might have seen a house that might have been facing the opposite direction, but they also had 1 or 2 not big but small fields. And you didn't pick anything from those.
Shall we go to sleep and sort of prepare some spells for tomorrow, and then see if we can find out what's in the parts we haven't looked at?
Yeah, that seems like a big idea.
Because there's obviously something going wrong. I mean, if the birds, even though I like our friend, I put a little bit more value in birds who clearly say shit's going on. Animals have no motivation to lie about these things,
Yeah.
or
have to-
see something into it, right? They just shit's bad, get the fuck out. Oh, it's not bad anymore. We can come back.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
But I have a spell that I can prepare for tomorrow to see if we can find something.
So you guys pretty much going back to your cart, which is just we'll just say like a mile away.
yeah.
You know, nothing too far. Pretty much set up for the night, or what was other remaining of the night, which is early morning. So you guys will be pretty much. I'll say you guys get a long rest, but it's not like you're super cusp on the idea of it's not being that long of a rest, if you will.
Mhm.
So you're like midday, if you will.
Alright.
If you will is part of the keyword I say a lot.
Let's get back to the where they had the exit. See if they got two guards posted there. Hopefully we get the two that are. Or we get one. We get Makio and maybe Boy. See, get a hold of
Mhm.
them.
Okay.
I'm gonna start making my way over to the
Making my way.
where the exit basically was, heading towards Ephraim. See if they got two guards there or one.
Okay. Uh, how close are you getting?
Eighth gets arrested. Eighth is the first to be
I
arrested.
mean, I'm just gonna be like, I mean, I can see it with my elf eyes from a lot further than he can, so it's probably best if I look at it.
Uh,
If we wait an hour, I can make a disguise kit.
You just see like one guard that was the other one that was surrounding the group when they were currently arrested.
I could probably talk to him maybe and see if he'll let one of us go into town. Maybe Garbu or Clarence, since they can use that detect.
Or both.
And okay. I was gonna say I probably shouldn't go into town.
Well, Clarence at least, I guess. We'll see. Let's see if he can be reasonable. I'll slowly start. I'll make sure I still have my sword and cane mode, so it gives off that non-threatening presence as I get closer. And I'm not gonna get too close to the entrance, just to be a bit out of the way in case people pass through. Just to talk to him.
Okay, so you're just trying to like find people to talk to that are like coming in or leaving the town.
The guard.
Um. Okay. As you pretty much like kind of get close and stuff like that, you just like from a distance, you just, what are you doing back? I thought he told you
Uh,
to not come back again.
well, we were doing some. He said if we did some investigating and
You
try to
can
figure out what.
you can hear the sounds of footsteps as he's getting closer and closer, and he's just looking at you like with a cane and stuff like that. It's just, what are you freaking injured? Are you old or something?
Old injuries.
Old injuries. uh, make a dexterity saving throw. As he goes to
Oh my
kind of
god.
like shove you.
Mhm.
Kill him.
5.
As like you can hear like kind of where he's walking, and he like you can hear him like as he talks behind you, and he just shoves you really hard as you fall and hit the ground. He's just look, you get up again, and we'll actually have a problem. Now, how about you crawl away, and I'll act like I didn't see anything.
Let's
We
just
all
be
go with him?
reasonable.
I think you did. I think I stayed back.
Yeah. I'm immediately summoning cannon.
Okay. I would,
And I'm-
well, sorry. The way it sounded like he was going by himself.
Oh, okay, then that's fine.
That's
I
why.
thought I did too, but I was like, I'm not gonna let him bully him. Like, that's
I'll say this. You're kind of like not too far away as you kind of like yell out and summon your cannon.
hey! And then I started jogging towards him. I was like, that's not very nice.
This guy wearing metal armor.
As he looks at you and he's just, so you guys are wanting to be in trouble, huh?
We're not looking for trouble. We were just looking to help the town with information.
There's nothing here. What are y'all, crazy lunatics like the others?
You're an idiot. They already said there was something here.
What
It's
others?
confirmed.
What
Who
others?
confirmed
There's-
it?
The mayor
Wait,
confirmed it, as well as multiple other sources. What, you can't
Oh.
talk to birds? What are you, an idiot?
Oh my god. You guys
You-
really
you
are
said
crazy.
others. What
What?
others? I thought it was
Um,
just bro.
Alright.
I stay busy. I'm just gonna walk. I'm just casually gonna
Oh,
sneak around and walk into town.
Garbu, did you go too?
Yeah. What others?
Did everybody just go?
No, I'm not going. I'm like literally taking advantage of this. I'm just walking into town.
What
like-
others? I thought it was just bro.
Go ahead and make a stealth check as you try to go by him. And
She should have
Advantage?
for how distracted this guard is.
sure.
19.
Woo! 19.
Hey.
Wait,
Metal in this
yeah, no,
guard's
never mind.
armor. You wearing a helmet? Is it like strapped down? Would it take a few minutes to get off?
Okay. As he's clearly is enjoying this mocking thing, and as both Clarence and Garber's kind of like starting to run up, and he's just, all right, you guys really want the trouble. I'll go get the
We were just
guards.
asking-
And he
we were
kind of
just-
starts
We
walking
were
back.
just asking.
Thought he was a
Just
guard.
asking a question.
He is, but he's going to go get the others. Because the
Wait,
fact
I-
he knows
can you
that
answer my question first?
he doesn't care. He's just laughing and he's just going because the fact he knows that you guys were told to not show yourselves again.
We're not in town. We're on the outskirts,
We're,
right?
we literally were like camped 60 feet outside of town. Or
Yeah, like I'm super
My,
confused.
The fact
right
that you guys are trying to come back in or even get remotely close in, it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna
Ain't no
stand up, I
dust,
guess.
they're
Grab my
back.
cane. We're not killing them.
Honestly, at this point, I really don't want to help him.
So, but
Nobody has
at
to
least
know.
you, as kind of like during this whole part was happening, you do manage to pretty much skirt right on in. And probably like within 2 to 3 minutes after you getting in, it's when he's already turning around and coming in.
Yeah, I'm straight. Like as I sneak my way past him, I'm gonna go, fucking solo mode, and I'm just like, okay, they're distracting. I'm gonna go straight for the middle of town.
Okay. So as you're going to the middle of town and stuff like that, we'll just say like by the time you get to like the middle of town, before you even got to there, you've heard kind of what's like sounds like a bell ringing, if you will, coming from behind you. And then as you kind of get into the middle of town, like you can see like one of the guards, and I'll just use your stealth as you kind of like pushed behind something as he kind of rode on a horse going to the gate, and you can see like two other ones either running or also going to the gate.
Good.
So what are you guys doing as he goes to pretty much where his stance, kind of like a tower, if you will, but he doesn't like climb it as much, but he's like ringing this bell, and he's just, you could see him like chuckling, and it's just like, oh, you guys are going to get it.
You two head back. I'll see if I can try and talk some sense into them.
I'm not gonna leave you here. He tried to beat you up.
It's alright.
No, it's not all right. I disagree.
I think we could take on the whole.
Yeah,
We're
I
not-
mean, honestly,
No, we can't. Can't.
look, I have a freaking cannon. You're basically like, I don't know, some kind of blind monk that can do magic. And this is a baby dragon with armor. Like, we're fine.
Better than them, though. We shouldn't. We don't need to prove ourselves to them. It's not gonna prove anything. It's just gonna make things worse. Okay?
It's not
It's all
about
right.
class.
Just saying. I can make it so that no one else hears their screams.
We're not killing
Prepare
them.
for this.
We're not killing them.
So,
I'm
are,
going full evil.
are you guys pretty much hanging around?
You two just hang back, all right? Just hang back and
We'll move back 15 feet and that's it.
I move back 10.
no cannons, no magic, okay?
Like, I kind of have to
Okay.
keep it out now.
Put it somewhere where it's not visible.
Can I
Put it
move it over
behind that
behind a
tree.
tree?
I will say as
Roll
the
stealth for
time
cannon.
go. Yeah, you're gonna have to probably roll stealth if you're gonna try to get it to hide.
Oh, I don't want it to
Cannon
hide.
stealth.
Okay, you don't
I
want it to hide. Okay.
Nope.
I'll cast guidance on the cannon.
Nah, if he doesn't want it to hide, then it doesn't need to roll
Okay.
Nope.
because
it's
that defeats the point.
there.
The cannon is still guided.
So, anyways,
They know.
Just don't have it pointed at this direction.
I will
well,
point it slightly away from them.
so as that's happening, at least we'll go to you, and you are in the center of the town. You're like, I'm gonna say you're kind of like hugging one of the buildings, like looks like you're window shopping, if you will, but you're like
Mhm.
relatively in the center of town, like 10 feet, and you probably 10 to 15 feet, you'd be like in the center of town, and like maybe 10 feet from that would be like the town hall, stuff like that.
Mm.
So,
First of all, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna try. Like, I have a few things that I can try whilst they're busy fucking around over there. I'm gonna stand off a little bit to the side where people can't see me, and I'm gonna cast Speak with Plants.
okay. There's like, you don't really see like any major plants like in the center where you're at.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, it's even
Maybe
weeds,
grass.
anything.
Like
Anything.
there's not like weeds or like grass. Now behind like town hall, there's like the trees, and if you were like a park, a very small park. But
Yeah, whatever. Like, I just look for some plants. I just look for some plants that I know I can talk to, close to the middle of town.
okay, so that's where you would have to go to do that.
Sure.
Okay, so go ahead.
I just asked the plants there. So there's been this weird thing going on. Have you guys noticed some magic seeping into the ground? And like affect your roots? Because whatever this is seems poison.
They say no.
Have you seen any weird people going around town that that clearly don't belong here?
The fact you get they don't see.
No, but like they
Feel.
the feel like, I mean,
They-
see is like what makes sense to me.
They'll just explain that we'll just keep it easy. Their perception, if you will, only goes so far, but they don't.
Yeah, creatures that have passed.
They
That's
say,
what it says here.
They say no.
It's weird. I noticed 8 rats go by last night.
Mm.
Craziest thing.
So I talked to the birds, and they said that occasionally the town gets really weird. Do you guys feel it as well?
Sort of, but not really. They just feel like uneasiness in the air, and that's about it.
And I just like, as I say, uneasiness. Do you sort of feel like a origin, like where do you feel the uneasiness come from?
It's like it resonates from the town, but like they don't really know.
Mm.
They don't really feel this. They just kind of feel like, again, it's like when you like the wind's blowing, but then there's like, oh, there's that like ominous wind, if you will. It's just it's hard to explain. It's like a yes and no. They like close enough is just uneasy, and that's about it.
Mm.
Because again, they don't. It's like it doesn't seem to maybe affect them.
Mm. Okay, so it seems to be a more creature-based thing. Okay, well, at least I just said, well, thank you for your help, and I mean, bye bye. And then I just, and then since they're like probably busy having like a fucking ruckus over there, I'm gonna I'm gonna wild shape into a rat myself, and I'm gonna sneak my way into or like scurry my way, see if I can find a hole to go under town hall. See if there's any like subterranean area there.
There's that rat again that we killed.
There's not like. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Sure. Natural one for a 12.
Or root cellar.
Yeah, you don't see anything that appears to even like any type of holes or anything, and or
Mm.
like a cellar or anything. There's nothing.
Fucking a
That means
12.
there has to be one there.
Mm.
The one that just magically pops out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna with my little rat like running around the thing because I can stay in a rat for quite some time. I guess I'm just gonna make my way inside town hall and sort of like see if I can find if I can find anything inside that seems shady.
Okay.
Because town hall's in the middle, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. So, go ahead and make an investigation check as you go through, and
Nice.
and a stealth check.
Oh wait, actually as a rat I have advantage on perception, so that would have been a 25.
Huh?
If that changes anything.
It doesn't.
No, okay, well, like still, like I just realized. Oh no, it's on smell. Never mind. Let's see. Okay, stealth. Okay.
If you can smell a basement.
I mean, you'd be surprised with rats. I don't know. They
Mhm.
they seem like to find a way.
Mm-mm-mm. Well, that too makes sense.
Okay, so you're busy looking around town hall just for anything that seems catchy,
Out of the ordinary.
out of the ordinary.
Mm.
So why don't we take that and go back to the other group? As at this time, Aeth, I assume you eventually have gotten up from the ground and kind of like dusted yourself off and stuff like that. And
Grabbing my cane and everything.
you can hear the sounds of like other horses and people like kind of trying to catch their breath from running. As you can hear their footsteps. Now, I thought I made it clear to not come back here.
Unless we were looking to see if we could solve what was going on with the town, which we were trying to do.
He, like the other three guards that are kind of like right behind him, and he just kind of, no, he says out loud, I thought I made it clear to not come back to this town.
And that's not what you said at all.
Yeah, he
And I
seems
say that from
very
like
You guys,
set on
Oh.
getting us out. Can I instant detect that?
from 10
We were
feet
just-
away? Sure.
We were-
Insight isn't a spell. It's just like
I
raise an eyebrow.
know it's not a spell. It's still 10
We
feet
were-
away, but sure, go ahead, and I'll keep that in mind.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
We were just
Look,
doing our own investigation outside of the
I
town.
don't
We're-
need more people trying to do things their way. Quit disturbing the peace here. This is your last warning. Unless you want to be arrested, I advise you to go and do not come back.
or what?
Oh, we're sorry.
Do you all want to go to jail?
No.
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 I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I didn't say anything.
as he just kind of looks
We
back.
were
and
able to
he's-
find.
Is this
We're able to
is
find.
Meccan or whatever?
I'll whisper. We were able to find that
Yeah.
the source of what's happening is resonating within the town. I whisper it to him.
He
But-
looks to the other guards and he's just go back to your post, go get some sleep. As he looks towards Brawl and it's just looks back to you. Listen, I get it. Thank you for looking in on something. Don't come into town. You guys physically tried to assault and technically did the lord of this town.
Technically, the person who assaulted
We-
him.
We
You
haven't.
There, and I
guys.
point back
We've honored the agreement. We did honor the agreement. We have not
I
entered
know.
the town.
Don't even be in eyesight. If you guys are going to
Alright.
do this, don't talk to anybody. Don't even show your faces here. People do not like it when you are trying to look in on something that they are also trying to dismiss. This is one of those that they are trying to just accept that it happens. This is their life. It's hard enough to protect one of my own from the people of this town.
I do have a question about that. The other guard who pushed 8, he said something about Brol and that we were crazy like Brol and the other. Well, just the others, plural, which I assume includes Brol, but who else?
You have your occasional person here who thinks something's going on, but either they're quickly outcast or quickly shut it.
Could you maybe send some of them our way since we can't enter town? Just tell them they.
No.
someone
What's the point of
talk.
I said do not talk to people? If you talk to them and you build them up on something that is
feel-
not even possible to find. I looked in on this when I had the time a long time ago.
You can use magic. You can, because we can. Seems pretty dumb not to let the magic people figure out magic stuff.
It also
Yeah.
seems pretty dumb to allow the people who attack a lord, regardless whether he's dead or alive, still walking.
It's the first time I've even summoned my cannon. I didn't hurt anybody.
Do you
It's-
really want to go there?
Let's not go there. Let's not go there.
I mean, it's
We
he
are-
has a
Look,
name.
I
It's a person.
I am trying my best here, and you guys are pushing my patience.
We're sorry about this.
Okay? It doesn't matter if any of you did it or not. You're associated with the same person. He wanted you all to be arrested, and I talked him out of it. And he kind of looks towards Aeth because you seem like a nice person. And I'm trying to help out a fellow guard. So either you guys follow the orders or fucking leave. I have enough problems as it is to deal with, and you guys ain't making it any easier.
We'll make our way to our wagon.
Taken away.
Thank
We'll
you.
we are just giving you that information that what we did find seems to be resonating within the city itself.
That's
Fine.
great.
Side.
There's nothing here. Right? When this was happening and I was here, okay? I physically went to every door to door, every house, and got my way in. There is nothing here.
Is there any
Okay.
buildings you didn't check? I'm not questioning your ability. I'm just asking.
Did you
No.
check the park?
I checked everything. Now, yes, and he looks towards you, Clarence. I am not a magic user, you dumb shit. I am a professional guard who has the ability to get into places.
I'm literally the smartest person you've probably ever met.
I beg to differ.
I have an intelligence of 18. What's yours? Yeah, there were.
These are his paper. These are his
I
paper.
had
Look
to
at the
do it, I'm
spreadsheets.
sorry.
I got an intelligence of
sorry.
11.
I had to do it.
12.
Was that a
Well.
character sheet? 7.
The
Oh,
point
man.
I'm getting to is I had access to every building. Nobody could hide anything from me. Right? I made this an actual investigation. I even got the whole city of Zolosis to come in and look.
Oh yeah.
But
I mean,
the whole thing seems slightly obscured, and that is what they told me. And so I have been doing my best to keep this town together, keep the people from starting either freaking out, and all of this little lunatics that want to also believe the same thing. I get it. There is something happening. I cannot prove it. It is not in this town. And here you guys want to come back in and disturb the peace, bringing it back up. You think you guys are the only one to try this? There were some people who actually thought it would be fun to get these people riled up.
We're not trying to rile anyone up.
Okay?
We-
The Lord doesn't want you back here. You guys associated with somebody who attacked the Lord. You all should be in freaking jail for all I care. I am trying to do a favor based on helping another guard. You guys are pushing my limits.
Well, sorry.
can I walk up to him and like
I mean,
snap my fingers and de-summon my cannon?
yes.
Be like, look, I'm sorry I'm mad. One of your friends decided it would be fun to push down my friend for no reason with no provocation. To me, that's bullying and abuse of power, to be completely honest. And to be honest, man, I know you don't probably realize it, but we would probably tear through you guys if we wanted to. My point here is we're trying to help you, and I understand that you don't want to be helped. At this point, I don't want to help you. And then I point at Eighth, and I say, but he does. And he's my friend. So I'm helping him. Regardless, this wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have gotten mad. I wouldn't have summoned my cannon. Can you tell your guys to stop being jerks for no reason? And we'll stop being jerks for no reason too?
You feel better?
Yeah, I do actually.
Okay, great. First off,
So-
shut the fuck up.
You're not my
When
dad.
I
Trust me.
had a whole actual city of Zolosis, you think the whole spy network of Zolosis, if they couldn't figure this out, you think you could?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, okay. Then tell me,
Uh,
what's happening right now?
There's some sort of magical influence infiltrating your city and doing something, subverting the consciousness and causing people's bodies to overreact to certain symptoms.
Okay, where?
I don't know. You won't let me in to check.
When I've already checked.
You
Wait.
can't do magic. So, like, can I
Okay,
cast
and then
detect magic?
you saying the people in Zolosis can't do magic either.
I don't know. I've never been to Zolosis. I actually don't know if I've been to Zolosis. Have I been
You
to
have
Zolosis?
not.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I've been to Zolosis.
we've
Oh, so you
we've
think you're
discovered
the
that
only magic person here then?
I don't even want to help you, bro. Like
Okay,
he does.
then go.
Okay. You guys want to leave? I'm cool. You
yeah,
can't
we
help
just-
people
we
that
should
don't
leave.
want to help themselves. That's all I'm saying.
That's all right. It's all right.
And he
I-
just
I'm trying to pull the two away. It's all right.
he
He's just
just
gonna leave. I'm gonna walk away.
he just kind of like
birds.
readjust himself a little bit, and he's just, you guys have safe on your travels. And he just turns and walks away.
Let's get back to the cart.
I'm already. I gave him the double birds while I was leaving.
So, as you guys are making your way back to the cart, Elise, you are not seeing anything that seems to be weird. I mean, the only thing that seems to be weird is the fact that the Lord, when you kind of squeeze under, or kind of like being able to barely get like into his chambers. I'll say with your intelligence, you know that he still probably has his little pet pseudo dragon that could be a pester to you. But you just see him as he's in the mirror, like with his top hat, and he's like, I do look fucking handsome today. Today is a good day. And he's just like checking himself out, kind of going back and forth, and he's just, yeah, I think I might take her out today. Today might be a good day to do it. And besides that, you don't see anything in here that seems to be out of the ordinary.
Like Elisa's rat, Elise just sits there under like a table or something, just rolls her eyes so hard at him doing this. Like the rat rolls its eyes. And can rats roll its eyes? They can now.
I mean, they don't have, pupils, so technically, but I would assume that they can feel like it is.
Yeah.
Hey,
She
wild
tries to
shapes
roll.
in anime
She
eyes.
tries to roll her eyes as a rat, not knowing if it happens or not, but she's thinking about doing it. So that thing is there. That's pseudo. Wait a minute. She looks at that pseudo dragon. Coming from a place with wizards and shit, does that pseudo dragon look weird to me? Like, does it look like a normal one that I'm familiar with?
Looks like a lazy one. I mean, when you guys came in the first time, when you came in the second time, and technically even for now the third time, like, he's just sitting like on this really comfy like pillow, just kind of put up on a little bit of a pedestal, just there.
Okay, and so he said something about going out. So I'm just gonna probably sit around. Like, I mean, I don't know what the other people are doing, but I'm just gonna sit there and wait for a little bit and like sort of keep an eye on that pseudo dragon, see if it does anything.
How long are you willing to wait?
An hour.
Okay, like within an hour, like nothing seems to have like really changed. There might have been like one person that like came in and just like, discuss some sort of like monthly report or something like that. Nothing that vagues any information. And him just kind of sitting at his desk like doing paperwork. There doesn't seem to be a change.
Okay, so he's not making an attempt at leaving.
Not at this current time, no.
Oh, actually, I do have detect magic. Huh. Interesting.
Can't do it in rat form. You gonna
No, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that I have it as well. I thought for some reason my brain is like, that's a higher level spell. Oh wait, it's a first level spell.
What if in rat form you sneak into a janitorial closet and then cast it, and then go back to rat form because you can keep concentration.
Because I have red Daily just thinking that the pseudo dragon is the problem.
You can keep concentration while you're a rat?
Yeah.
With wild shape allows you, if as long as you're in your human form or your humanoid form, cast it, and you can then shapeshift and remain concentration on it.
Oh, druids are gross. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is.
That's
cool.
how you can. That's how you can like also cast. That's how you can also cast. What's it called? Passive iteration and shapeshift, so you could get like super stealth as an animal. Interesting. I have this feeling that the pseudo dragon is the problem. To me, it seems like when I sort of observe the guy, right? Like I don't get any sense. Like and before, like it seems that he's completely a commoner, right?
Yeah.
And the pseudo dragon is like just absolutely fucking lazy as a motherfucker, right?
For the most part, yeah. Like it's one of those like it's like, oh, this is like my fancy cat, but the cat is just like freaking huge. Now I'm not saying this pseudo dragon is like bloated beyond belief, but like it looks like it has some good food.
Spoiled.
Spoiled is definitely the way to go.
This pseudo dragon has never missed a meal.
I think it might have taken meals from other animals.
He's invented the I'm on time for my meals.
This is Garfield the pseudo dragon.
Okay.
Mondays.
I'm gonna sit there, like, I mean, the other people are like probably like they have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just gonna sit there and wait and see if he if he at some point leaves.
There was like an occasional time by time that he'll leave, but it's not like relatively long for him to come back. So you have like a couple of minutes between what would be almost each time.
That's fine. Um, oh, pseudo dragon is magical, and it seems like he is a pet given to him, and it didn't react at all when I shot the guy. Right? It just looked at us being lazy.
I mean, like, during that time, like, it was like maybe hissing and stuff, but like, it wasn't like coming at you.
Mm.
It wasn't like he was ignoring the whole thing.
That'd be a
Mm.
terrible pet.
That's kind of hard to ignore, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to charge at you. It, some creatures might know when they can do something, when they cannot.
I feel like my turtles would just sit and watch if I was getting murdered. Just to be fair to the reptilian pseudo dragon.
I have a coonhound. She would just do this.
I am so fucking tempted to kill this thing.
Oh my god.
I think that thing is the source, because they like if they've like Red
Grab
Elise
went
is
to the wagon and agreed to leave town.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
done.
Elise is gonna kill this thing and then come back to us like, okay, problem solved. And then
I mean, I'm seriously
At least
considering
make
that this thing, like, they have looked everywhere and they haven't found it. It's not outside town; it's in town. This thing is
it
being
happened-
lazy
it
and
started about 4 years ago, right? That was what Guy said.
3 to
We
4.
don't-
Pseudo dragons live.
We don't know that he's in there and realized this.
No,
So-
it's like I'm thinking out loud for everyone else to enjoy the inner workings of what Red Elise
This
is
is out of
thinking.
character conversation.
Yeah, like I'm not expecting any input. This is just my thinking out loud for people to enjoy.
Did we
Um,
zone of truth the guy though?
No.
No,
we did
we
not.
haven't zone of truth
Whoa.
anyone.
I mean,
I
that thing could
prepared
be
it, but we
hiding
didn't
something.
do it.
It could be under him. He could be guarding it. Like,
So I'm gonna sort of scuttle my way to behind his desk so that he can't see can't see me. As I'm gonna wait until he sits back on the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck it. I mean, if shit goes down, shit goes down. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go again. I'm gonna cast Charm Person on him when he doesn't look at me. So roll me Wisdom save.
So, hold on. Like, you come out of your form? Where at?
But yeah, behind him. Like, as he's sitting at the desk looking
Oh,
forward.
okay.
So he doesn't see me instantly. So he doesn't notice that I'm doing anything
Ooh.
until I'm actually casting.
Okay. give me a
Meanwhile,
sec.
at the cart, we're just packing up, getting ready to go.
I think we're already packed.
I'll do my channel divinity that I do every day.
You said a wisdom save?
Yeah. Think so, right? Charm Person's Wisdom.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, that fails.
Okay, so as you kind of like come out of your form and like the dragon at that like same time like lifts its head to like see something happening, you kind of like barely put your hands like over his head and like go to cast Charm Person.
So as I cast Charm Person, I just look at him. How long do you have this pseudo dragon?
What? Oh God! When did you get here?
Oh, I was here the entire time. I'm your friend, right?
Jeez, why are you sneaking up on people like that? God.
I mean, it's
And look,
It's
you
fun.
know, it's not nice to shoot at people, by the way. That still kind of
no.
hurts.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I healed you, so it's fine, right? We're friends again.
My
Look,
fun.
I'm thinking about our friendship, but what do you want?
I-
And why are you sneaking
mean-
around here?
I mean, I'm just trying to suss out some things, you know, doing a favor for a friend. But how long have you had that little one over there?
Oh, my pseudo dragon?
Yeah.
Years since I became lord. Kind of like
How long have you been?
like 10 years?
10 years ago.
Yes.
And like, how long have you and this one has been the entire time there?
Yes.
And when did people start feeling weird? I mean, I'm just checking.
What do you mean feeling weird?
You know the whole thing where they like, oh no, we're hurt and we shouldn't be hurt.
Look, that's supposed to be on the down low, right? You need to
Yeah,
whisper
yeah, I know.
when you talk about that.
I mean, there's only friends here, right?
What? She could be listening. She's been known to eavesdrop.
It's the receptionist.
I
How long has he
mean,
had
Yeah.
this receptionist? Out of character.
Eh.
Metagaming, sorry.
who knows?
Maybe the receptionist is the
Um,
person.
I don't know. A couple of years.
Mm. Strange, like it seems. It seems like that it's coming from. Like I've been talking to to like the birds and the plants and everything. It seems to be coming from town. Like, has there been any weirdos moving, like proper weirdos moving in the last, say, 4 years or so?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, when this started happening, we've done a very thorough investigation, but nothing came out from it. Could only assume that people was probably either making this stuff up or trying to cover mistakes they'd done on their own. So
Mm.
it's why I started imposing a very strict rule to, to quit this nonsense so that we can get back to making our town prosper.
Mm. Yeah, we're just trying to figure it out. It seems kind of strange. Like, and I'm just wondering. I was just wondering if your little dragon was responsible, but if you've had it for that long, has anyone done anything to it in the last 4 years?
God no, look at him. He's so healthy, and the dragon is just kind of like eyeing you, which it
I think pseudo dragons have like a relatively high intelligence.
which it is telling you, it is not nice to charm my master.
Okay. Oh yeah, it can talk to me.
Which is telepathic, by the way.
Yeah. I just look at it. Well, if you're the brains here, what do you think is happening? Like, I mean, you've been here for so long.
It's
Lord's incompetent. The pseudo dragon is the brain.
Yeah, exactly.
First off, go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Sure. Why the fuck not, right? I'm having a good time over here. 13.
You release your effect on him, and I'll tell him to wait before kicking you out, and we can maybe discuss whatever you're searching for.
Sure. I'll just go sit in it. I'll just take a chair that's there, and I'll just put myself in it, and I'll be like, sure, sounds like a good deal. I just look at the Lord, and I'm like, guess we're talking. Properly this time. And then I release the spell.
Okay. You see, like, the dragon kind of even looks at him, and he's just, like, shaking it out, and of course he gets, like, pretty angry, but he's just like, you got 5 minutes, or you're missing your next meal. And he's just staring at you, like, actually, you know what? No, he'll get up and he'll just kind of go and walk out, and as he shuts the door to reception, oh, you going somewhere? I just need some air. And so he walks out, and then the dragon looks back at you. What is it that you're searching for again?
So people are getting ill, and I've been affected by it myself as well, which in essence I don't really care. I could just move on and never give a shit about it. But if you want this town to prosper, we need to get rid of this, because if random merchant and everyone starts getting ill, then this town won't prosper, because they're gonna be like, oh, there's something going on. Rumors spread easily, right? We're just trying to help out.
I
mean-
do not personally care, but my master does. He actually cares very deeply about this town. But from what I have understood is that when this thing started happening, it was very widespread news, if you will. They've even contacted people outside. But there was nothing in this town that holds anything valuable to why it's causing this. Soon they started thinking it's just people thinking that they are being messed with, and maybe people breaking into their homes. There's even a point in time that a lot of them wanted to leave, and it took my master quite a bit of convincing to keep them to stay. That's why he's very passionate about not talking about it. And yet your kind just kind of comes in and barges like it owns the place.
Checks out. I mean, obviously you've seen something.
I feel it. Something weird. Hard to say exactly. Something old. But that is the best I can perceive from it. I tend to be a little more resistant to the others, if you will. To the other people living here. But I do not know what it is or where it is. But from talks, it's not here.
Well, from what the birds say, it is the town. And they don't feel like it's coming from anywhere else. They sort of notice it every now and then. Is that
And
like...
I agree. It is the town. But it's not in the town. I don't know how else to say this.
With your magical prowess, do you not feel a direction? Like where it's a source direction? I mean, I understand that most people can't find it, but you've experienced it so many times, you must feel something, right?
When it happens, I do try to think. But I've slowly gotten used to it and kind of overlook it. So I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do to help. I don't think anybody here understands what is truly happening.
Has anyone looked into the well?
It's just full of water.
I mean, at the bottom of the well.
I mean, not that I am aware of. At least I don't tend to leave my room.
Because we're just trying to solve. Like I'm like really curious as to what it is, and I don't know. It's like it seems. It's like I don't know. I feel like some mysteries are fun figuring out, and
All I can say is when it was happening, I definitely felt it. But within time, it just plus constant when it happens. I've just only gotten used to it, and soon I don't even think it bothers me anymore. But there's nobody here capable of such a feat. That's all I can
No.
say.
Strange. So strange. Has no one ever mentioned of any place underground? Nothing, I assume. Like some old place. Because if it comes from, maybe there's something under the town if people have never, like obviously it's hidden. But are there any, have there been any rumors of some place under the town?
Not that I am aware of. But nobody tends to investigate too far from here. But there's nothing, no old mines, no old tunnels, nothing.
Is the well in the middle of town as well?
Like, not like pinpoint middle, or just slightly off, but it is close to the middle as possible.
Well,
Like I'm gonna go ahead and put it like it's like in the park, like in the middle of the park, if you will.
hmm.
I knew it was the well. I knew it was the park. I just want to say I called.
Uh-huh.
As like,
I could have.
I'm gonna. I'm
I
just
will
gonna.
put the well somewhere else just to get you to be wrong.
You'll be right about the well. That was my first thought. The second thought was the park.
I just. I'm gonna go have a look at in the well. I mean, I have. One could say weird magic that could help me breathe underwater, so I can have a look there. But I mean, if I can't find anything, well, I bid you good luck, and I guess you're used to it. I mean, I hope that you live a happy rest of your life, I guess. And if I find it, well, you're welcome, I guess.
Well, I'm sure they would be grateful. It is only hard, as you can understand. The more people tend to talk about this, the more people would want to leave. The more people who believe that this is truly a cursed town. This place would soon be no more, and my master will no longer be the lord of this.
Hmm. Well, good chat. I'm gonna go figure this. See if I can figure it out.
Okay?
That was the best conversation we've had with anyone in the town.
Yes, the pseudo dragon was the smartest person in this whole town.
Yeah.
So why don't we go ahead and take a quick break, and then we will continue. So we'll be right back.
Hell
So,
yeah.
Parrots are so annoying.
welcome back. All right. So as you going to go do that, what is the people at the cart as you guys kind of finally get back to it?
I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
No, not yet, not yet. Should have waited for it to leave.
Whoa.
Heart stops.
I thought Elise was waiting in the cart for us.
She's not in
Elise
here.
did not
I don't,
tell us she
I
was
don't
leaving
hear
the
her
town.
heartbeat.
We did not see her. She beat my passive perception. I think she rolled a 19.
Mhm.
So we don't know where she is. I just assumed she was still in the cart because I didn't see her leave.
I'm on an adventure.
Do any of you guys
Any
have,
of you-
Who's in the cart?
have a spell to talk to her the same way she talks to us?
Okay. I'll cast Sending. Elise, where are you? We are
Where
at
am
the
I?
cart. We
Where
were
am I at this
told
point?
to leave.
How
How are you doing?
why not
I
for
still
just
have more
convenience?
words. I
You
am.
just got done
That's
talking
right.
with a dragon.
He's counting because it's 20.
Like you're walking out the door.
Oh, I was like, I just like respond. Oh, I talked to the dragon, and I'm gonna go check out the well.
He talked to a dragon and is checking out the well.
I don't
What?
think we saw the pseudo dragon, did we?
Yeah, we did.
You
Oh,
mean,
we did?
Remember-
Did we go in the office or was it just her?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the first time we did.
We did? Okay.
so I'm assuming I
wouldn't
hid
know
in the
what it is.
park because of where you said that I went and hid in the tree? Okay. So I know kind of where the well's at least. Okay. Like, can I tell them where the well's at and then we'll try to, like. Is it on the outskirts? Like, would you have walked through there with detect
The
magic?
park's in like the middle.
It's,
I have an idea.
we're not sneaking in.
So the reason my armor is so bad for stealth is because it makes a lot of noise. So
Yes.
if
You're
I
not going
cast-
naked.
If I cast silence on myself, I can be a lot more stealthy, I think.
I can make a disguise kit and be proficient with it. Do you want me to do that?
Can you disguise us all?
No. Wait, can I? I thought I could only use it once.
I think you
I
can
don't know.
For like
reuse it.
long
I think you
rest or
can
something.
reuse
I
two
actually don't
spells.
know. I don't have one yet. I have to make it.
Oh.
What's
I can make any tool set.
I
I'm
could
gonna
also
say,
enhance ability myself.
it gives you a bonus to help like work on somebody. That's all it does.
So I could do all three people.
I mean, yeah, but it still determines on how good you could make them look so bad that it draws more attention. That's the
Okay,
point.
that's
That's what with disguise kit. It's like you're making a performance with the disguise kit proficiency and stuff
So it
like
would be
that.
Charisma check.
And
him.
so you could like it's all based on how you rolled of how they look. If you rolled super well, Aeth could look like a whole different race. You look bad, and he looks like somebody that should have been put down a long time ago.
So,
Eighth, you normally wear like a disguise to keep yourself from looking. Is there a way
weird.
you can alter your disguise?
I would have to ask my friend.
Or drop it entirely? You just look like
They
somebody
didn't
different.
see. Yeah, they didn't see you with the other appearance if you're comfortable like that.
I don't like the idea of the town looking like I do.
I mean, honestly, I don't want to help these people. Like, I'm going to be real. I don't. Like, granted, I've had some bad experiences with guards, so maybe that left a sour taste in my mouth. No offense.
I
None
have a
taken.
question.
Yeah.
Do you think Terrence would be able to carry about a 2-foot wide boulder? About the
That's
same
not my
size
call.
as what I am?
Not my call.
I'm
Which-
asking you.
but
You're the one who made
let's-
Terrence.
Nope. I'm not making the decision on this. Hey, boss man. Can my tiny magical? Well, it's small. It's not tiny. Can my small magical turret carry a boulder?
2 foot,
This,
a 2-foot stone.
which will probably be over 100
okay?
pounds.
First off, are you trying to say you're going to disguise yourself as a stone?
No,
I don't know what
that
he's
is
talking
not what I'm saying. I'm just asking if it would be capable of carrying it.
The idea is no. It is not like it has arms to actually hold on to something. Like, imagine like a legit ship
It's a
cannon. That's
cannon.
like what it looks like. There's not a way you can.
I know you normally. Okay, so forget the boulder. I know
Okay.
you know. I normally drive the cart. Would you
Yeah.
be able to drive the cart if I
No.
can find a large enough rock and put it in the cart?
No, I don't know how to drive a cart.
Am I the only one here who's able to deal with the
I don't know. Can I drive a cart?
I mean, you both have driven the cart before.
I haven't driven it yet.
Ethan.
I mean, this
Garbu
is also amount of days that we've skipped as well.
Okay, so I may
At some
have
point in
learned.
time, anybody, including Elise,
doing great.
could have managed the cart. It's really up to you guys to kind of like. It's like
If-
know, like I'm never touching that cart, so like I would have never driven it. Then I would say, okay, well then that answers your question.
Is
Would
there
probably know how to drive it then.
Is there possibly a stone or a stone slab somewhat near us that's like 2 feet long?
What are you trying to?
You can
do?
like make a perception check.
Have an idea.
Can I help him look?
What are you two trying to do?
Sure.
Oh,
I mean,
said
you
it
can roll
first.
too.
Well, I was gonna. Yeah, I
Well,
was gonna
give
do
him
this
advantage.
next.
It's still
Yeah.
22.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why
you're
don't we
looking
just
for
see
a
what Elise-
2-foot boulder.
Yes.
Why don't we see what Elise finds first before we do
Thought
anything
we were trying
reckless?
to get into town.
Well, she's already in town.
I'm gonna say it might take you a little bit to find. You don't find one
If I don't
immediately.
see one near the cart, I'm not looking.
You don't find one immediately
Yeah,
near
I'm not
you know.
carrying one to the
Why
cart
don't we just
from a far
see-
distance.
unless she needs us there? Why don't we just wait?
I mean, I guess you could contact us, right? She's done it before.
Yeah.
She's talked directly into our heads.
Yeah. And plus we've already gotten. Plus, I don't really want to deal with that other guard.
I could
Either.
enhance Clarence's ability to disguise us, and we could go that route.
Why don't we just wait and just give her a bit, and then if she has a message, send a magical message back to us.
Just to be clear out of character, Leroy Elise does not have the sending spell. She just has the message cantrip, more or less, with the earring. But Garbu does not know this. He just knows you talk into his head.
Yeah, pretty much.
You used that spell before, right? So what did you use?
Yeah, I used a spell that allows me to send her a message. I can't do that again and also keep up a certain defense that I'd like to be able to keep up.
What defense?
Something to protect us if needed.
How about if at a certain point she hasn't sent a message back to us, why don't you send a message to her and see if she's okay? And if she's not, then we go with the disguise and try and get in.
I mean, why don't we
That-
just go ahead and work on disguises while we're waiting?
We can do that. We can work on it now while we're waiting. But
All
you,
right. Well, I want to make a disguise kit.
I'll cast enhance ability on him.
How long does it
targeting
take you to
whatever
make it?
skill he needs.
I have to look at. It's in my resources, I believe, on my character, but I clicked the wrong button and closed it. There we go. Features. Right tool for the job. At 3rd level, you've learned how to produce exactly the tool you need. You can magically. 1 hour out of uninterrupted work, which can happen on a short or long rest. Through the
Yeah,
project
so
of
great.
magic. So my carpenter's tools, well, they're blacksmith's tools right now. They would disappear for the time being, but I would have the disguise kit and be proficient with the disguise kit, so I'd be able to use my proficiency modifier.
So we'll go ahead and do that for the hour and see if Elise contacts us during that 1 hour. So
and if she has,
send
then
it
you
back
just
to Elise.
send a message to her and let her know
Okie dokie.
we're
So,
needed.
very well then. So, Elise, you are walking, I would assume, out the front door.
Casual.
All casual, like.
And I just wave to the dragon as I go out.
He kind of like looks like he kind of goes back to sleep, and as you kind of go out the front door, you see the Lord like he's has like a cigar like in his hand and is just smoking some deep smokes, and then
Very good.
as you kind of come out, he's just, I assume you're done.
Yeah.
Now get out
I
of
like
my
your friend.
town.
I like your friend.
Yeah, whatever. He's great.
I'm gonna go for a dive.
He's the
Don't worry
best.
about it.
He's the best boy.
He is the best boy.
He was gonna rat here.
He is not going to lie. He is the best boy.
I'm gonna go around
Just
the
the
back, and I'm just
secretary.
gonna go around the
Dragon-
back to the well.
Dragon's like laying on its back with its belly up, waiting to get scratched.
Who's the
I-
good boy?
I deserve this.
I did my work for the day. I deserve to be pampered.
I like my belly scratched too.
Let's breathe some fucking water, boys, and pop myself into the well.
All right. So,
Wait, did you just jump in the water?
Yeah.
so the well is like, you know, it has like a little bucket attached to it.
Just a
Just your traditional that you've seen wells before. And it's obviously not like, it's big enough if you wanted yourself, but it's like also really cramped, so like you would have to like arms up and try to slide down, and hopefully that you know, doesn't kill you. So what are you doing?
So I'm gonna just go down into the well, and then since I can breathe for underwater for 24 hours now, I mean I have time.
Okay, so you're just
I'm just gonna-
you're just breathing underwater.
Yeah, for 24 hours.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna go see if there's any corridor under the well.
Okay. Well, sorry, I'm looking at something.
I just imagine somebody's walking through the park and they just see someone just jump into a well.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's probably like Roll just walking through there. He's just like, hey, and then she jumps in the well, and he's like,
I knew it.
I haven't thought about. I knew it. There's something in the well. It just jumps in after you. Ah, what is it? Do you need my help?
I'm
Starts drowning
coming.
Yeah.
Don't, you'll drown.
Ah.
Okay. So
I'm just having a good time right now. Don't worry.
it
about
is really, oh god, it is like really cramped.
Mm.
So, you're gonna have to spend a couple of minutes like trying to kind of shove yourself, legitly shimmy, down this well.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't got
So-
an alligator down.
Bottom of a well.
Hopefully there's no alligator down the bottom of the well.
We'll see.
It's
I
my.
think it's gonna come home.
It's,
It's gonna come home from a nasty party. That's for sure.
It's my pet that I've been keeping down there this entire time,
Hell
waiting
yeah.
for somebody to jump in there.
Oh,
So, anyways,
nice.
Kyle got rid of the neighbor's cat.
He's being eaten alive.
yeah. So, you
Becomes
spend.
the next Nutty Putty Cave.
Wait, can the well
Oh
be a
God,
mimic?
I heard that.
You know that story?
I do know that story. That's
Guy got
sad.
face down.
That really was sad. But anyways, so you, how long are you going to try to keep going for?
She has 8 hours?
Yeah, 24 hours.
Oh, 24.
Hmm. I mean, I'm just gonna go down until I find either the bottom, because I can't imagine it going down infinitely, or if there's a quarter, like a hole somewhere.
Okay. So, as you continue going, and you're trying to once again just shimmy and stuff like that, you do come across like it starts to open up.
Mm.
And you're just like you're starting to able to kind of like feel the like you're not necessarily surrounded, and this was like I'm gonna just throw 20 minutes of you trying to constantly push, because again
Some sort of
it's not
eldritch
it's
horde
not
thing.
narrow, that's for sure. It's not
Mm.
narrow. But anyways,
Elise is about to walk into Cthulhu's living room.
Hell yeah! I'm gonna have a good chat. I'm gonna have a good chat with Cthulhu. Fuck it.
Cthulhu is playing. He's watching some football.
Elise gets a new patron.
Yeah, I'm gonna play some cards with
Multi-classing
Cthulhu.
into a warlock. And
We got 2 warlocks.
all right, so go ahead and make a perception check.
Wee, perception. I'm gonna guide myself.
And well, no, you can see in the dark. So
Yeah. 18 plus a d4.
that it was an advantage.
Yeah, unlucky.
Yeah, no kidding.
19.
19. 19.
okay. As you are swimming around, this is definitely taking you some time to like. What are you trying to find in terms of, like
A chamber.
a
An
part
air,
of
like
sorry, a part of my mind. How deep are you trying to go down to look? Are you trying to like? How are you going to start your investigating process, if you will?
I think she's just gonna look around, see if she can find some form of edge, and look for corridors, chambers, like sort of like a surface, like where you can like sort of come up again for air, because she's like looking for a chamber somewhere and just going around looking for it.
Okay. As you are, sorry, I just thought of the other guy
So
like
what's your
head
backup
head
character, by the
first
way?
trying to go down.
Yeah.
As you are swimming around trying to look for things, you do start to like pick up like vibrations, if you will, of sounds like something like pushing the water in a direction, kind of like as you're swimming kind of like towards this direction, you can feel like the water kind of going in that same direction.
Okay, so it's flow. It's a flow. Okay,
Do you continue?
sure.
Oh god, that's bad. Okay. You continue, and you like as you get closer and closer, like you're starting to get kind of pulled by it.
Hmm.
You can tell that this is a current that is pulling you. Do you like?
Mm.
Last chance to turn back. Go for it. Do it.
We're gonna go chaos. Gonna go full chaos mode. Fuck it. like chaos mode. Um,
Part of me says that you should abort and turn back. The other part of me says go full speed, ram into the wall.
I'm so curious. Like I'm like playing this character is so curious. Like I don't know. I think I think this character like I think this one would figure it out. Like try to figure something out. Like worst case worst. I have a way out, but it's
Like every inch of my logical brain says that you should turn back and not do this, but then there's just the other side of my brain that just wants the chaos and says go meet Cthulhu.
yeah. I also want to meet like you know what? Let's go find Cthulhu.
Not Cthulhu.
I mean, I want to have a like you know what? Like I'm not playing a fucking 20 Dungeons Wizard anymore. I'm playing a fucking druid who wants to do shit. Like we're all living for this. We're all living for me doing this.
What? No. Can't be. All right, so you're going with it, right?
Yeah, we're gonna have a look. See what happens.
It's
Okay.
only been like 20 minutes so far, right? Since the
Well,
sentence
it took her 20 minutes just to get from the top to the bottom of the whale into this open chasm. I'm going to say about somewhere between 10 to 4. We'll just say 12. Another 12 minutes of like swimming around, trying to figure out like what and where until you've kind of like started noticing that, you know, something is pulling you. So you decide to go with it. Okay. So as you do, just kind of start to go with it, like it reaches the point where like it really is pulling you now, and as you kind of grasp the point, you can feel as it does open up into what appears to be like a waterfall, if you will, as it starts to go down. Not a steep drop, if you will, either. What are you gonna like have something to?
Let's see, what are we gonna do about this? Is there anything fun I can?
with wet wings.
I mean, I can't like at this level you can't fly yet as a druid.
What's that one fish that can swim up waterfalls?
Trout.
Salmon.
Is it trout?
Or salmon.
Yeah, salmon can do it too. I'm just gonna see like does it look like a far like does it feel? I mean, I guess I can't see until I start falling. How far it is? Do I have anything to do? Anything against this?
Anything that can stop fall damage?
I mean, I don't have feather fall yet. That's what you're asking.
That wasn't what I was asking. Just anything at all.
No. I mean, the only thing that I have is
Wait, I have an idea. If you fall off a 1,000-foot cliff, just cast Gust gently against the wall to try and boost yourself a little bit away.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Morph into a fish, a goldfish.
A goldfish.
Gotta be a goldfish.
I mean, I guess we're just falling initially.
You know, say you're a golden god.
I could sort of like I guess I could sort of wait until see how far I'm falling before I start casting something.
It's a 40-foot drop.
40-foot drop. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. 40-foot drop.
And I'll say, you know, kind of just knowing, like, your character's not, like, you know, obviously, like, swimming and stuff like that, if you know. Like, it's not like your character goes
40 hit points, right?
swimming all the way. It's almost like do the whole fall damage thing, but reduce it to half.
As she's falling, and she notices that she's falling quite far. She will, in the middle of the waterfall, point her hand downwards and cast the.
Destroy water.
No, that's just that's gonna cause a fucking problem if I do that. I have that spell, but it's gonna cause a fucking problem.
Yeah,
I actually don't have spell.
destroy like the water. So you're gonna land in like a pool. Destroy that pool so that you have an extra few feet to fall. Even.
I think I'm just gonna cast. I mean, might as well, right? I'm gonna cast Gust of Wind to downwards to slow the fall.
Okay. So
Which I can do for a minute.
say
And this is-
D10, right, for every 10 feet.
Yes.
Uh, Isn't it a D6?
I think it's a D10.
D6. Or no, it might be a.
Because fall damage
Uh-huh.
can like get pretty out of
It's-
control.
It's D6s.
Interesting. Okay.
Falling. A fall from a great height is one of the most common hazards facing an adventurer. At the end of a fall, a creature takes 1d6 bludgeoning damage for every 10 feet. It is 1d6.
That's so interesting that
Maximum
it's
of 20d6. Creature lands prone.
bless you. All right.
Excuse me, unless
Bless
it
you.
avoids taking damage from the fall,
So 46.
or if it's a monk.
Oh, that's some really low damage. So you take half of that. Or
Mhm.
no, because you used Gust 2, I'm gonna take. So half of that, we're gonna say is 7.
-2. What level or what?
Why don't you go ahead and
Gust is
do
against-
like 3 points. 3 points
Sure.
of damage.
Sure. Ow.
But you are now like in a well, you kind of notice yourself to be in a cave, what appears to be of some sorts, and you're like still floating, if you will, just in the water, but not like you're being sucked somewhere else, if you will.
I've still got
At
another
least.
20 minutes before I send a message.
I'm just. I guess he just floats on her back a little bit on the surface and like swims around and then looks around in the cave, sees if there's any dry land or something.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Guidance. Don't roll shit.
No, please don't.
Oh, here we fucking go, boys. We're hitting
Alright.
30.
All right, so
33.
you see yourself like kind of going back up top, and as you're kind of looking over, you can see looks like the water kind of goes like underneath, like think of like a little cave for the water, if you will.
Mhm.
But you can see like a little platform that you might have to just call like a foot or two up, but you can get to it.
Yeah, I'll go to it.
Okay. Oh god, what are you doing? Okay. So you go to it and like climb up just a little bit to obviously be able to like peek through, and with your high perception, I'm going to include this as well, is that you hear like what sounds like make an intelligence check.
Intelligence, ability check. 5. 10 is not my strong suit.
You're not exactly sure like what this sound is coming from, but it sounds like just maybe like an insect or something.
A buzzing sound?
Not like a buzzing sound, like a
Skittering?
Like a
Jittering?
giant lobster, possibly.
not well. You're not there, so
Yeah.
Just asking.
Yeah, skittering, jittering sounds. I hear like, and like clearly
you
a sound.
hear something that is clearly down with you, and it's up to you on, like, I guess how much you want to pursue this ordeal, if you will.
Knowing that there's something here. I'm going to like what she's gonna do is, like, now that she knows that there's something here, she is going to sort of see if she can figure out stealthily where it's coming from, like the exact location, and like see if she can get like a visual on it.
Go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
I mean, we're in it already, right? So I might as well just do it. I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay.
Stealth check plus 10. So whatever I roll plus 10. So 32.
Okay.
That was, not disadvantage.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, like I've the two, like fucking a 33 and a no, was it a two 33s in a row? No, 33 and 32.
Okay.
Rolling high.
So as you kind of climb out and you're trying your best, and thanks to the Pass Without a Trace, kind of like trying to limit the sound of your water dripping off of you, so you're kind of low to the ground, so it's not really dripping as much, if you will, and you're just trying to peeve through and stuff like that. You can kind of see like there's like what looks like a center column, not like perfect, like a natural formation of some sort of column. And as you kind of continue, do you want to go left or right?
I guess the part of where I have the most solid ground, I guess.
It seems solid one way or the other.
I mean, it's 50-50 at this point, right? So I'll just roll. Like 1 is left and 2 is right. I mean, I don't really see any right, I guess.
Okay.
Dice decided right.
So as you kind of go to the right, you're trying right. You're trying to just peer a little bit and stuff like that, and you are like almost instantly met with what looks like a dragon's head. Do you consider your character like easily scared when it comes to like something jumping out at her, or like
a jump scare?
I mean, I guess with her really high passive perception, I think she's sort of always half aware of things. I don't know, like always ready for something to creep up on her.
Because I mean, like, because there's a difference of like somebody, you know, obviously being scared of like, oh, I'm scared of spiders. If I see them, I'm gone. Versus, you know, like, if you know, somebody like popped out of a cabinet or whatever and just like scared you.
I mean, let's just roll a Constitution saving throw and see what it ends up in.
I like
something
that.
like that. A 9, I guess she gets a little bit startled.
Okay.
If it was lower, she would actually scream.
I'll say.
Yeah,
I'll
I think
like,
if she would have at 5 or lower, she would have screamed. Now she just like, I guess, gasps a little bit.
I'll say like you are really holding your breath and all this, and I'll kind of like add a little bit of bonus because of that Pass Without a Trace. Oh God, why? It is a dead dragon. First off, a skeleton head of it.
Okay.
As it looks like this could have possibly been dead who knows how long. But that is like, it's almost like you're coming across its remains. And as you kind of start to look a little bit more, at this point, I'm still kind of considering like you went a little bit around the corner, and then you kind of stopped. So you're not like full blown in the area I'm thinking of, but you see what almost appears to be, looks like a giant shackle, like what looks to be maybe once like around its neck and its arms, or what used to be, but now it's just like the bones that are kind of like sitting in it. It looks like this once was dragon was chained up, and you can go ahead and make an Arcana check for me.
Sure.
And
20.
That's good. You can see what appears to be like runes in certain places, and this is like a pretty big size of runes that they're not glowing in any sort of way. They're not highlighting in any sort of way, but you see them.
Like on the shackles?
Like
on the ground?
On the ground where this dragon skeleton is lying on. Like the skeleton is lying on it.
Okay.
And you can hear like the sound of this insect, if you will. Like it's not necessarily too far off.
I guess I'm just gonna see if I can see what it is still. Like seeing all the stick on the ground.
Okay, so I'm putting you in where I think you are, and you can see like it looks like parts of the skeleton has been definitely moved a little bit, probably to whatever was eating it. But you don't currently see like anything like immediately there. But you kind of get a whole picture of like what really does look like this dragon looks like it was chained up and kind of like, as I said, like on top of these runes, and like whatever these runes do, that's what, like, could it be good, bad, who knows, but that's what it was affecting in some sort of way.
Oh, this is like so exciting, like doing shit on my own. I haven't done shit on my own in D&D in so long. It's like, what do I do? So I hear the sound, but I don't see anything. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, you're not seeing it. So it could be close by, but just maybe lurking, if you will.
Okay.
But you don't see it, but it's
okay.
You hear it, and that's that's about all you need, probably.
So there's something down here. Scary.
How are you gonna get back out? Has it been about an hour yet?
So it took about 20 minutes to get down the well, 14 to kind of swim through.
At the time she hit the waterfall.
I'm gonna say because she's taking this nice and slow and kind of looking through and not really investigating things, it's probably been like.
Tell me when it is an hour.
Like another 6 minutes on that. So
it's about 40 minutes.
We'll say it's been at least 40 minutes.
I think what I'm gonna do, like hearing that it's skittering and it probably hasn't seen me yet, I'm still gonna like sort of look at the runes and see if they're still active, like, or if they still have magic to them.
I'm gonna go with your Arcana check. Like, it just looks like dullness, if you will. Like it was uh almost like it there was parts of it that looks like it was, I don't want to say carved in, but somehow like printed, if you will. Like it was maybe drawn on or something. But you can see there's been a couple of times where it looks like uh it's been like some smears, but like very old and dry. Like it almost blends in with the stone that's in the cave. Um, but it's hard to tell if it's like active or not. It's not showing any signs of anything.
Mm. Oof. What can I do?
They're always
What's
trying
good?
to detect magic.
Yeah, I was thinking, but like detect magic is
You'd lose pass without a trace, and you might even need to re-stealth because I think it
yeah,
has
exactly.
magic.
I need a distraction to see if I can lure that thing out.
Summon some animals.
No, that's also concentration. Um, I'm going to sort of retreat a little bit back around the like to the dragon. Like I'm sort of gonna hide near the dragon's head, and then like 30 feet away, like in my line of vision essentially, but so that I can hide behind, like sort of in the dragon's mouth. I'm gonna cast Druidcraft and have a little or whisper, I guess, and then I'm gonna have a little sound of a small animal over there, 20 feet away from me.
Like a mule deer,
Like
Okay.
a little, I don't know, just a critter sound.
a fawn.
Roll a roll a d20 for me.
Here. D20. 17.
Okay. I'm gonna say, like, as you kind of do this, like the sound of it is like almost extremely believable, if you will. Like pretty good.
Mm.
And it really does echo. And you kind of have it going for like a second or two. We'll give it like like about 10 seconds of you kind of like having it repeat. And you can hear the sound of something like crawling its way, and a little bit of a possible, no, just the sound of something like crawling towards this area looking for whatever's making that sound.
Mm. I think I'm just gonna, holding the breath, like really hard focusing on that, how do you call it, on that vessel place, like, and like just sitting there like completely silent, just looking at that spot, see if it, like what appears there.
You see what looks like, no, go ahead and just make a perception check for me. I'm gonna make you roll
Sure.
every single check there is.
19.
Fantastic.
with an 8.
You see a kind of like a hard to tell in the dark of like colors, but it looks like a this okay. Sorry. This is nice and peaceful music, and I kind of want like
Listen, she's about to die. Play whatever you want.
Yeah, you can play some like death metal, be like.
I kind of want to.
Play some doom music. Hello.
Hey, if I
Oh.
could, I would.
Rip
but
and tear, rip and tear me up, boy.
I can't.
I'll listen to it myself. I'll put on rip and tear 10 hour just for this.
Okay. But
I mean, you might only need 5 minutes. Of
you
it,
see
depending on if this
like
succeeds you.
it looks like it has a multicolored pattern to it, and there's a little bit of this green that you can see, almost like it kind of gives off a slight glow. Very faint, but a slight glow to it. And it's hard to make out what this other, I guess, color pattern, if you will, to it. But it's a let's just say a really huge I think this is something you probably would have studied about.
Maybe. I mean, probably got forced to study a bunch of shit.
Okay. It is a I'm gonna post the name to it because I don't want to say and get it wrong. So there you go.
An ankeg. Yeah.
Yeah, as it is like crawling around, and this thing looks massive, as it is like inspecting the area, and it's kind of like shifting a little bit of the bones to like try to see what was making that sound.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So I've heard about it before, and it's just one.
As far as you can see, it's just this one, and this looks like it could be like, move this over for a second. Yeah, it almost like, it looks like it could be the same size of a dragon. And you like, if this is so, like, maybe this is a creature that has been over how long of time probably eating upon this, what could have been chained up dragon. Again, who knows exactly how long, but it looks like it's about that same size.
So is it like a large creature or bigger than large?
It's bigger than large, yes.
Like, I think Ellie's just gonna sit there and like stare at it like a little bit, like from our hiding place, and then I think she's just gonna sit and like listen if there's another, like if there's more coming. Like she would just like hide out of sight and like just listen if more is coming. Just sit still.
As you're like trying your best to like not move and just kind of watch and listen, as it kind of crawls a little bit and it's not seeing anything, it does like turn around and kind of start to crawl back, pretty much further to the right, like where you kind of were going to, and then it stopped because it sounded like it got louder. It kind of went back crawling in that direction, but you only hear like the one.
So this one looked like a bigger specimen than what I've read about?
There can be some creatures that exhibit bigger traits, which are typically like usually known as like, that could be like a queen or sorts, but it is very rare to also see what they consider an anomaly, that like there could be like, for let's just say this creature for an example, where typically you would see a big size as a queen, but on a very rare occasion you could see one of that size and it not being a queen. Like, those are the extreme rare instances of creatures of all sorts that every now and then feature something totally different than their common.
Yeah, sure, okay. Well, I guess it's time to I guess I'm just gonna, having found this area, not sure if it really relates to the town per se, but I mean, there's something might be guarded by that thing. Clearly I can't take it on my own, so I'm gonna, or I could try, but it seems unwise. So I'm gonna, I guess, wait for it to go further until it's like further away, because Leroy the player remembers that these things have tremor sense. Would Elise know that these have tremor sense,
Um,
having heard about them?
I mean, why don't you go ahead and make a history check for me?
13.
I would think the most that you know of is they are slightly common on the western western side of this continent. They're not like too much of a hassles to deal with, if that makes sense. Like they're not always popping up in places attacking settlements, but there has been sightings, and it sometimes, depending on if it's just one, it's not necessarily that big like big of a deal. Sometimes it could be hopefully driven away. But if it's like a colony that, like, if it has to be taken out, like you're talking about, we need troops and armies because of how much damage they could do in a widespread.
Yeah, but it just seems like a solo boy from what I can figure out. And so because it's a chunker, I'm gonna make my way back anyway.
Okay. Easy enough. So I'm gonna say, how are you gonna go? How are you gonna like get back?
Famine.
Let's see how the spell works.
Dimension door all the way back to the surface. Surely 20 minutes of swimming downwards is less than 400 feet, right?
I'm just going through the exact, like, what do I want to use? Like, I have things I can use, but I'm just trying to figure out what I want to use. I mean, yeah, this could work, I guess. I'm gonna like walk up to the bottom of the waterfall, and I'm gonna sit there and just ritually cast water walk, submerging myself into the waterfall. Ritually cast water walk, which will carry me upwards in the waterfall.
Okay. Is that concentration?
Nope.
Okay.
It is somatic and verbal, I believe. Right?
Yeah, but I've waited for a really long time, and I still have passive activity.
It's
like,
not. It's not that. It's you have about. I'm gonna say 15 minutes left on your water breathing, right? Because you said it last.
It's 20.
Water breathing is 24
That's
hours.
24
24
hours.
Oh,
hours.
24 hours.
Process
Okay.
out of trace is only 1 hour.
Okay. Then never mind. So you're fine. I would say as you're like
When
trying
would this
to.
ending have come through?
I was about to get to that. As she's like, pretty much, you're swimming back into the in this giant water, trying to get back to the well. That's when it's been about like an hour.
Mm.
Okay. Back on the surface, you finish the disguise kit. I'll be like,
Should I message her now?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, do you need us to come meet up with you? We're still back by the wagon. We can head towards the well if you need us to. Is there anything?
As she like sits there and waits. Oh.
That's just where it cut off.
I found something in the well, so you can come to the well. I'm making my way back up right now. Some weird bug thing and dead dragon. Here. Something. How long do I have? I don't know.
Just turn to the others and I'm like, be said to head towards the well, and there's a bug thing, and then she said and I don't think I got what was after that.
I think you got dragon, didn't you?
No, I'm just saying that's where it cut off. It doesn't really matter. We're gonna
Yeah.
get to the well beforehand, anyways, and then she can tell
Well,
us.
yeah. All right. Is the disguise ready, Clarence?
Ready when you guys are ready to get
I'll
disguised.
say it's. I mean, it's been like an hour, so.
So do I need to roll for it? It would be just my.
I'll
performance
enhance
Well,
modifier.
no, you don't have to roll to make your tools. What you'll have to roll
Well,
is if you're going to apply it.
Yeah. Do you guys?
Actually, could you help him so I could guide him, and then he'd have advantage and guidance, and then like when he does me, or when he does you, I'll help him and
Sure.
guide him so that he can have advantage and guidance on you, and then on himself, I guess he'll just get guidance or advantage, right? Or something. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. All right. Me first, I guess.
Okay. So what all am I getting
Do I
added?
need to use enhance abilities, or can one of us assist him while he does the other?
I mean, you can always help.
You can help. Yeah.
It's a help action.
Well, so go ahead and make a.
Performance.
You're gonna make a.
Dex?
No, you're gonna go ahead and make a performance check
Okay.
with
My-
your
Do get guidance.
modifier, your
Proficiency.
proficiency.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It would be +3. Do you want me to just pick something with +3? I don't have anything with +3. Never mind. We'll just imagine that there's a +3 on the edge of this. Okay. Well,
11.
and then I have guidance as well.
So you can roll a d4.
12.
No,
Where's
you
No.
rolled it.
No, I was just saying that I'm casting the spell. He rolls it himself. I
It's
don't
up-
roll.
I
for
don't
him.
care.
Sure.
I literally said here I'll cast the spell. I didn't
It's
know it
going
was
to be
gonna
a 1 now. Oh, okay.
Oh! Wow.
So 12 plus 3, 15.
14.
Right? Or no,
No.
it was 11.
It's
plus
11.
11 plus 3. Yeah.
It's 11, so it's a 14.
What are you trying to make him look like?
More
Who was this on? Who were you doing first?
Me.
elven.
It was Aeth.
Since he's not an elf, I'll try to make him an elf. Pointy ears.
Okay.
Do they poke through the illusion, or
I don't know. That's why I'm.
does the illusion cover it up?
Why doesn't he just drop the illusion?
Because he's not comfortable with that. We already had this.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no. It actually.
Does it do anything?
One ear.
I'll hold the cane up while he's working on it. You want to
one.
help him with the guys?
One ear does come out fine. The other ear, like, you realize, like, it's deformed, if you will. And so, like, having to work with it, it just looks like a bad ear. But obviously you're really just focused on facial features anyway. So it's okay.
Alright.
Garbo,
Alright,
you're
Garbo.
next.
This one seems like it's gonna be really hard.
I take that kettle that's just like in the middle of my armor that holds the whole thing together, and just kind of remove it as all the armor just falls. Can we put this in your bag? I feel like that's going to be more disguised than just a pile of junk walking around town.
Okay. And then I put it in the bag.
Alright.
Okay, so 15 plus 3 plus.
I don't got anything to help you. I don't have anything to help.
So I got a 22 for Garbo.
What are you trying to make Garbu look like?
What does a kobold even look like? A different kobold?
A lizard folk.
Yeah. Oh
short
no,
lizard
you're too
folk?
short. Yeah. How about a
How about
lizard
a-
folk
Aren't
child?
fallen.
Or like a gnome.
No.
No, that's not very dragon-like.
Got a
but that's
snout.
a high roll. Just look like a gnome with a long nose.
How about a cat person? Cat people can be small, right? It's about
No,
small.
no, they can't. They can't be that small.
'Cause
Just make him. Just tuck the tail and make him a gnome.
Yeah, we'll just make him a gnome. Or as close to a gnome as we can.
This is hilarious.
It's gonna look funny as
Just a
heck.
kobold and a
roll.
wig. I'm a kobold with my tail tucked in and a wig on.
But you know what hasn't yet done yet, and it's going to happen now that I've mentioned it,
And now
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
and it's my turn.
I'll
Ah.
help him do his own
Wait.
makeup.
How is Garbu look?
I look like a kobold with his tail tucked in wearing a wig, right? Like, I don't think I look like an actual
I'm
gnome,
just going to
right?
say okay. That's all I could say.
It's as gnomish as a kobold can get.
Who's idea?
Chaos. Chaos crew.
Who is? And now it's time for me.
Net one. Net one.
That one. That one.
Double
Alright,
net one.
Wait.
I'll assist him.
Stop! Damn it.
16? Or is it, wait,
Well, I
16.
was assisting you, so.
does that, so it's 17 plus 3 would be 20. Am I guided as well?
Can I assist and guide?
I don't
Sure.
think you can. Oh, okay.
You can.
24.
Oh!
So what are you
Appearance
trying to
looks
look
a
like?
dwarf or something?
Also a gnome.
No.
I mean,
wanna
you could
look
actually pass as a gnome, Mr. Goblin.
Or
I was gonna
dwarf.
say, how about this? I'll look like a gnome. To try to
Everyone is a gnome.
Garbu not me.
Oh,
You rolled 22 on mine. It's not.
They
it's not
asked. They
bad.
asked us at the gate, "Who are you?" Oh, we're just all three of us are gnomes.
Yeah, he's a big gnome.
He's a bit deformed.
We're from the
Uh,
leper colony.
He's a gnome with gigantism.
I think you guys have been smoking too many shrooms, but anyways,
Anything's inedible if you try hard enough.
I'm gonna look at the job that was done with my passive perception. Can I tell that the job on one of us is not as good as the others?
sure.
Maybe you get in the cart and just kind of hunch down and be right in the front of the cart.
Here. All right. Let me. Okay, that was not supposed to pop.
How old are
The
you?
old man.
I'm 24, but a lot of injuries make it very.
For kobolds and
Difficult.
goblins that live in the wild, that's quite old.
Yeah, you're old.
I can live up to 160 years old.
I can live to 90.
I can
Or
live.
no, 120. Dragonborns are 90. I can live to 120.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You're at least in the water, amateurs.
Wait, Crackhead Rondo is gonna outlive Clarence?
Yes. Dragonborns can live 90. What is goblins?
60.
60.
60. Kobolds, if they live a good life, I think it says, can live to like 120, but the average is like much lower.
Which makes sense because hypothetically, alligators could live forever if you had a. I mean, it's like the whole
enough food for them to eat without expelling energy.
like the whole big whale story. Like whales
Yeah.
can only get so big because they can only get so much food.
I mean, technically, goldfish can get as big as their food source provides for.
This is
Okay.
a
So
very informative. I guess I'm
Drive the
punching
cart
over.
back to town.
Okay. Go ahead and make
Okay.
a
Two gnomes.
Group
will-
deception check.
I
Group
will
deception
try.
check.
yeah, just everybody go ahead and make a deception check for me.
Oh, man.
With
Guidance
yeah.
Guidance?
On
on
who?
myself.
I have a negative
I-
modifier, don't I?
I have a negative modifier.
That's
I'm loving this. I'm loving
Not
this.
going
This is
first.
great.
Not
Could we
going
do
first.
stealth instead?
Yeah.
Feel like
Yeah, yeah.
No,
use
you
stealth
guys are
to
not
count for disguise?
stealthing
We're
in.
riding
You're,
the car
you're
in.
going
We're
in
not
broad
stealthing.
daylight.
How about an investigation check?
Dick.
Six.
Hey.
Natural 20.
Oh!
And they
The
just
average
like
is
reach up
12.
and yank me back into the back and then jump up himself. 20. And he just clicks
Jack
his
is like,
radar
I hate
places.
this. I hate every second of this. I can see it in his face. He hates every second of this.
I'm just here. I'm here for the ride.
With 8
Is
snap.
it-
This ain't the first time that I've hit Joseph with a
I love
surprise
the
nat
fucking
20.
the contrast. Like one person of the party is like going like cave delving in like really intense like semi horror situation. We're trying to get in town, looking like gnomes.
All three of us.
Like my
Yep.
tail's coming out and my wig's falling off already because I don't have. I'm just covered in scales. It's gonna be
Okay.
hard to attach them. And then Eighth just like trades our places quickly, probably.
Yeah. Make sure you. Am I
So,
steering right?
Garbu, you are having, and I feel like this is perfect, even though you have like a ton of like disguise, if you will. It's just like
Starting to run.
you're making this awkward, but with the disguise and stuff, it is an advantage.
11.
So
Um,
it's weird. You're making it weird, but everybody else is playing the part.
I just gnome with jagged, sharp teeth on the inside. Long snout.
I have a check too.
But
Yeah, but I have a long snout.
yep. So
Imagine an alligator sitting upright, dressed as a little human.
Nice. Let's go.
I was
So-
gonna make
Go.
you a pseudo
you
dragon, but
you
guys said no.
guys are walking or riding your car into town. So
okay, where can I park?
I'll just wave and smile at the guard.
I just put his hand down, real like, no. Hi guys, or hi guys.
hold on.
I'm a no.
Hello?
I feel like I have
Well-
to.
Oh my god. No.
That beats mine, but does it beat the group as a whole?
He is, because the fact you also decide to make some sort of contact by waving at him. He
Oh,
is.
why did you
I was just trying to add to the awkwardness that you said I was already
I
doing.
know, but it's like you drew more attention to yourself, and he's staring at you mighty hard, but he is not following the wagon.
It's like I recognize that face.
Gnome he's ever seen.
Can I look over at
What-
Garbu and just go like, don't say a word.
Okay, I'll just smile and wave.
No, don't do no motions. No motions. Put your arm down. Put your arm down.
Oh no, I just completely stopped moving it.
No. Down. Down.
Garbu also
Hey, am
has
I going the
stopped
right?
breathing.
Am I going the right way?
Used to not
How
breathe.
about you go back in the back too? How about that? How about you both go in the back and lay down?
I don't know why you had me take the reins. This was a very bad idea.
I will drive the
Eighth
cart.
was just heading straight towards the building.
I will drive the cart.
Okay, here you go.
Do I need to make a roll to drive the cart? Okay, thank you.
I'm here for you.
Thanks.
At least infiltrate the entire cave network. Us struggling just to make it back into
I'm
town.
going the quickest path to get to the
I'm
well.
I'm
that I
I'm
can.
I'm just like I'm not even like going full force with everything because this is just
Why can't you make me do dexterity-based stuff? I can do that. I'm not Vincent. Vincent had charisma. This character has dexterity.
I can't help you with that now, can I?
I love it how the people who didn't fuck up get punished for the person who fucked up, and I just casually walk around like nothing's going on.
You're friends with the person who controls the town, the pseudo-dragon.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Garfield
Okay, I
is a
guess we're
pseudo-dragon,
getting to the
his
well.
name, so. We'll pull up the wagon to the park, I guess, right, Clarence?
Parking it.
As close to the well as I can get without getting out.
I will say like as,
Driving through
it's
the
kind of
grass
like
in the park.
as you guys like you're taking the wagon like onto the grass and all that, so like let's just say there's a suspicious meter that's slowly rising,
You're not on the grass, are you?
but you guys
Yeah, I'm laying down.
see Elise, who's kind of like outside, like wringing her coat and like trying to dry off parts of her clothing without
At least
like
you
fully
see a gnome
undressing.
pulling up to you on your cart.
Hey, young lady, how are you today?
At least you know
What?
it's your cart.
But he doesn't know it's me.
That's
Why-
true.
why
You
was
don't.
it
You don't.
22?
You know what?
Or, no, yours was a 24.
You can make an insight if you want, but you at least know it's your cart.
My name's Gondor, the Brave.
Does
15.
that beat the disguise of 24?
Beats mine.
Doesn't beat my disguise.
I will say that the gnome that is talking to you driving, because the other two went and hid in the back, like, he looks like somebody you've never seen.
I look at the horse. And then I just go look at stare, like walk next to it and say, like, are these the idiots? Are these my idiots?
The horses?
Does the
Yeah.
horse just, like,
Is
pat
that what
the
he's
ground
talking?
and
You talking
say
about the
something, yeah?
horses?
Yeah, I'm talking to the horse.
Yeah, that's I'll go back immediately into Clarence's voice. Yeah, that's 8 right there. This is garbage.
Yeah,
I'll
okay,
pop
nice.
up when he says Garbu, and you just see the worst looking gnome you've ever seen.
Oh my god!
The
the
best
fuck?
looking kobold disguise you've ever seen. That's what
I
you
mean-
should say.
I mean,
It's a great disguise for a
It's a
kobold.
good thing I'm blind
Like,
because I would be
you-
horrified.
you look great. What the fuck is that?
Oh, that's garbage. I was joking.
Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't tell it's Garbu beneath the gnome makeup, but
Yeah.
Do you
It's a
want to look
good
at
thing
8?
I'm blind.
I took inspiration from you.
Oh,
Ah.
look at
it
8.
pops up with like one elven ear.
I
The
mean,
other one fell out.
Not my best work, guys. I'm sorry.
I mean, it worked apparently. I mean, you look pretty good.
Thanks.
So yeah, I went down into the well, right, and did a bunch of shit, and yeah, there's this dragon corpse chained up on like runes, and there's this weird insect thing skitting about, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't go fight it on my own and get you guys there as well, because obviously there's something under the town. The closest thing we've got them, right?
Yeah. Seems it is.
Should we go in now, or maybe we should?
Should we
I
go?
don't know. Are we prepared? Can you take us
What
down
did it?
there?
What did
mean,
it
I can-
look like? I know it's.
I'll like take a stick and sort of do a rough drawing in the ground. I'll do performance 11. It looks really rough, but it's like sort of an insecty thing.
It looks great.
Is that a praying mantis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like more like sort of like I don't know how to explain it in words. I just know it. Like
It's
yeah, I
like-
guess.
It looks like it's the size
I-
of a praying mantis based on.
Yeah,
your-
I mean,
I'm
it's
just gonna look down at the drawing and just be like, I mean, it looks great.
yeah, I know that you don't know it, but it's like I need the others to help me sort of describe it. So yeah, like imagine like if you remember what a mantis looks like, but then really big and nasty.
Okay. Yes.
Is that the cause of it, or is it like protecting the cause?
I'm not sure. Like it's like I didn't
I'll
want to
use
go.
thaumaturgy to try and make the ground shake slightly where the thing is,
No, that
not
doesn't.
knowing if maybe he can like feel where
No,
it is.
That doesn't.
No, it doesn't
help.
really.
Good
no,
try
it-
though. That is a really good try. I will tell you
He
that
has
much.
like tremor sense, maybe he can feel like the difference in the ground. But
So it is like down there. Like, I mean, I wanted to explore more, and I mean, maybe you, Clarence, you know, can figure something more out with the runes. I'm not that learned in that sense. I sort of have an inkling, but I mean, there's a lot to
Yeah.
explore. But
Did you show me the runes?
no, it was like they were big on the ground, and I only saw like lines essentially.
Oh,
But I
okay,
didn't want
okay.
I didn't want to go out in the open when, you know, that thing was crawling around. I mean, it's the closest we've gotten to finding something in this town.
you said a dead dragon, right?
Yeah,
Should we-
like a skeleton.
How
I have
big?
stuff to be able to try to speak to that if we go down there.
I mean, I can make you
Yeah,
all breathe
maybe
underwater.
its skull, if we're able
That
to
wouldn't
do
be a
that.
bad idea.
That'd be pretty big, so I don't know.
I mean, it's like the closest thing we've gotten to anything in this town. So I mean, I went into the town hall. And I talked to the pseudo dragon in there. I think that little dragon is running the town in some way.
I mean, the Lord didn't really seem like he was.
Oh my gosh.
It.
I mean, it's the most productive talk I've had in this town so far, I guess.
That's saying a lot.
You guys are killing me.
All right. So
I don't like any
is
of
everyone?
The pseudo dragon runs this town, Joseph. You can't convince us otherwise. At this point,
So-
the pseudo dragon is the ruler of this town.
He's
So there
just
is one point. What's gonna happen is a waterfall in there, and it's gonna hurt.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Are there like chambers
Should I put
before
my
the?
armor back on out here, or should I leave it off for stealth purposes?
I mean,
Try to
like,
put that armor on.
Yeah, I can't go right now. I need to go to sleep first because I don't have the right tools to summon a magical cannon right now.
Maybe we go to that inn we didn't want to stay in.
We
while we're
can't go to
still
the inn.
disguised?
We
Well, we
oh,
are still
The
disguised.
real
You
us can't. But what about this us?
um. What about Elise?
can
She's
turn
not-
into animals.
yeah, I can turn it to animals, but
We could put her in your pocket.
I mean, do we need to rest? I mean, it's just
Maybe
it's
the
like,
half
can't summon a
elf, and
cannon
I
right
point
now.
to the one ear that looks elven on.
why did
Ace.
you summon your cannon?
Why can't I?
Um,
Because I have a disguise kit instead of carpenter's tools right now.
No, no, but I mean, like, why did you like any tools you can use as a focus?
Oh, you have tools?
No, you any
No,
tools
no.
you have.
Yeah,
Any tools you have.
your tools can be a focus. It's just
You just kind of have a toolbox that you can change to fit other things, but you can still use it as your spell focus.
I
Even
thought
if it's paint.
that it said I could only summon it with carpenters or blacksmithing.
Maybe. Last time I checked, it wasn't like
hold
that.
on for a
but-
second.
But I
I'm
haven't,
just
I haven't
going-
played this in a long time.
should have it on your sheet.
Yeah, I'm going
I
through.
think
I
it
just
just
can't.
says tools.
Using
Magical tools.
woodcarver's tools or smith's tools, you can take an action to magically create a smaller tiny cannon. So I have to have one of those two kinds of tools.
But I imagine you have like one of those tools on you, don't you?
I actually don't.
Well,
have-
how about this? And I'll reach into your bag of holding and pull out my smith tools and
Okay.
hold them in your general direction.
Then I will take his smith's tools. We can now fight whatever you guys want.
Okay, well, let's fucking go
that's
down
fair.
there. I'm
Yeah,
oh,
like-
like,
Is there like
I-
a way we could rest down there?
That's what
I
I was
mean,
asking.
once we've, I mean, like like a short one, sure. I mean, like,
What
but
about
long one.
Oh,
I mean, once you've killed the thing, I guess.
okay. I don't have some of the things I'd like to be able to use, but that's fine.
I mean, I'm kind of done with this town, and I kind of just want to get things going. It was pretty fun exploring down there, so if we want to go do that,
I thought you would message back. Why didn't you?
because I don't have that range.
Oh.
Yeah, like my earring only works for like a short distance, like until like as it points to the like the edge of the park until like that far about it, like ish,
Oh.
a little bit further.
What about that guy? And I point to just some random person in the distance.
I mean, if I can, yeah, well, if it's just in the distance, I probably can do it, but it's only short distances, not like the one that you used, which is like infinite range.
I mean, there's also another option. We could just bounce. These guys are dicks.
Yeah, but I like I don't really care about them. I just more like I'm more curious as to what's down there. I mean, like, don't you like want to see what?
Right.
I do kind of want to see
Yes.
the runes, actually. I'm going to
Yeah,
be completely
yeah.
honest. Those runes sound really cool. You made
And
it
it's a
look
big-
To
bad.
help the people. Elise wants to see what's in the cave. You want to see the runes. I want to see the dragon. Possibly talk to it.
Possible.
He's going to turn into a necromancer right now.
I mean,
Do have that spell.
Okay, just
So
so you know, right? Your tools that you possess that you use to create, right? Magically create other tools. It doesn't transform that into another
Oh,
tool.
Okay.
You're using your magical tool set, if you will, to create a tool that you now have for 1 hour.
Okay. So
Okay,
my
so the
wood carver
temporary-
blacksmithing tools are the
So
magical.
the disguise kit would
Yes.
disappear after 1 hour.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
because
Okay.
it would be
Here's your tools
weird
back,
if you. It would be weird if you couldn't use
Okay.
your things, or if
And
they
then I put it back
transform.
in your bag.
So it's again, you always have them unless you got stolen or threw them or whatever. Then you can't cast. And even if somebody gave something to you, like you have to make that your new focus. That's like not like a tuning to it, but you know. But yeah, when you create another tool, it's there in your left hand as the tools you use is still in your right hand.
That makes sense. I just by like the word of what was written in the spell, I was like, well, That's not going to be good. I don't want to like cheat him.
Yep. So there you go.
Well, I'm gonna. Sorry, I'm gonna ritually cast water breathing again,
Okay.
and I'm gonna guess that I can grant it up to 10 winning creatures. So all of this.
Okay.
And for shits and the giggles, also on the 2 horses.
Okay.
One of the horses just sticks his head into the well.
And then I'm like, well, now we can breathe underwater. So, shall we?
Sorry
Um,
about your disguises. I feel like all this paint's just gonna come off when I go in the water.
not a
Let
problem.
me help you get my armor back on.
Sure.
Yeah,
I will. I will help.
Faith, are
too.
you struggling?
So hold on.
a little.
So are you putting the armor back on now?
Yes, I think that was what was said. Was that it was best to put it on before we go in?
I'm just
No,
making.
once we get in there, but before we go
Once
into the
we-
chamber.
okay.
Never mind. Leave it in the bag of holding.
I'm just trying to make
Oh.
sure what's happening.
Because then it would be funny if you sank like a bag of bricks.
That's my problem. I was like, no. That's
I
why I
mean,
was
I
like.
can breathe, though.
You said there was a place we could rest before we got to fight, though.
Quickly
right?
disappear.
Like
We can grab onto him. As we
there's
go
like a
down.
little. There's like a
Maybe
little.
the, what's that
There's-
thing that divers use that weight you down to the bottom? Diving belt?
weight?
No.
Wait,
Just
there's like I don't know.
It's just a weight.
Ballast.
I mean-
what do you want? Like
I
Yeah,
give you
but-
the weight.
Okay.
You just hold on and I'll just.
sinker?
Anyways,
Anyway, let's go fucking down there.
um,
do this.
let me, I guess, be slightly clear on this. Right? It's not like where you were, Elise, right? With the dragon bone and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Right? It's like, while you did kind of curve a little bit, it's not like a major curve at all. And it's, let's just say, not that far from the water.
Yeah,
I'm
like
just-
Elise is sort of like.
I'm just trying to make sure you guys are aware that you're.
It'll take like 5-10 minutes, even with help, to get my armor back on.
Well, worst case is worst. You're gonna have to fight with no AC.
Put it on now if you're worried about it. Honestly, if you
I'm
think we're
just
gonna
trying to
fight
make
with
sure you,
me,
that is understood.
Yeah.
I'll wait for you all at the bottom of the well.
He's gonna
You're not
put it
gonna-
on.
Why don't we just hold on to each other?
I mean, like like we can just
Starting
like
to put my armor back on.
we can just
I'm
lift
gonna
him up.
help.
Like underwater, he doesn't weigh as much, you know. So we can like sort of push him around, I guess.
This is metal.
Yeah.
Although I do have to say you're probably gonna fall really hard down the waterfall, but I mean that's
If you're at the
your-
bottom, look for cool stuff.
Okay.
Anyway, let's put on your armor. Let's go down. Let's like chuck him
Ah.
down in there, and he's gonna sink like a brick to the bottom, I guess.
All right, well, get me a marching order. Who's going first? And
Garbu.
We're gonna do like a chain where everybody's holding on to me, and I'm the weight to get us down the well quickly. Right?
I mean, like me and Aid probably have to shimmy down, but you guys can probably fall down pretty fucking.
I'm hanging
straight.
on to Garbs.
Hey, Clarence, hang on.
Let's do it, buddy.
Rapid sinking.
how are you hanging on? Out of
Just-
curiosity,
He's hugging him.
there's not enough room for both of them to
Oh,
like,
it's that
My
small?
arms will be straight up.
like
And,
for Aeth and Elise, they had to have their arms up. Like you have, like they have to shimmy down it, right?
What if we grease ourselves up first?
It's water. it's
With
not-
what?
I have grease. I have magical grease. It's
No,
a
just
spell.
just go just go down one
go
by
down.
one. Don't.
All
like,
right.
I went down here on myself. It's like
I'll go
that's
after
fine.
Garbu then, and Jesus.
A heavy cannonball will just.
Okay.
the bottom.
Roll me a d20, Garbu.
I'm dead.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
Is
He's
there
dead.
a modifier for being short?
Oh, 19. Oh, lucky.
Okay. You don't start like instant clashing back and forth because I'd count a lot of that as damage, but I'll say
Oh.
you.
Almost perfectly.
I would say with a little bit of the like your armor scraping against parts of the stone that are like kind of sticking out a little bit, you splash into the thing, which is not necessarily too deep, but and then you just start to sink. And you're still in like the whole well part. You haven't gotten into the chamber yet.
Have you ever seen Flushed Away?
Oh no.
You know the
Is that what
scene
you're
where
doing?
like when they jump and the guy's like, keep your legs and arms straight down? That's just Garbu going straight down.
Okay. Clarence, how are you? Are you just jumping in?
You said there was like a bucket thing or something over top of it, right?
Oh yeah.
Can I just ride that down?
You're too big for the bucket.
Dang it!
It's not like a bucket to hold a small creature. It's a bucket
Dang
for
it.
water.
I can't like balance my feet. Dang. All right.
No.
I'm just jumping in.
D20.
Here
It's gonna
comes
be
that
that
one.
one. Here
Yeah.
comes the
Here
one.
it
Yeah.
comes. Here it
He's
comes.
not
ready?
heavily armored.
Ah,
Ah, dang it.
Hey!
we're all
He hasn't rolled one yet.
I'm getting so excited because this night just doesn't suck.
Yeah, this night you haven't rolled a nat
Take
one yet.
5 points of damage.
Oh, that's fine.
Ooh.
I don't really.
I mean, the fact of you are falling in. The water's not like immediately up there, but it's more the fact as you are going in, and it's just like leaning to one side, and you kind of hit like a little bit of the rocks or the stone. That's what the damage is coming from. It's the stone part before you hit the water.
Ooh.
How long am I down
I
there
heard
before
that.
anyone else comes down?
Like you're still in the water, like in the well, so you're
Well,
fine.
because
Like,
I was covered in metal. I'm just asking, like,
well, I mean, this is
right?
like I am assuming like everybody's kind of going one after another, so like it takes a moment.
Yeah.
Who's next?
I'll go next.
All right. So both Elise and Aeth, you two start to shimmy your way down until you get to the water, and then that's where it starts to take you guys to actually continue pushing yourselves further down.
I'll change the cane into the sword as I get closer to the water.
I'll say so how this is I'll say by this time, Garber, you're starting to just enter into the chamber that's just full of water. You're starting to enter that chamber.
Do I see anything on the ground below me as I land feet down?
I mean, it's like you're just now coming out of the well. So you're entering in that chamber.
I'm still sinking, right?
Yes. Clarence, you're like halfway in the watery part of the well, as both Elise and Aeth are now getting into the water part of the well. So it takes it takes time. That is the main point. It is taking time.
When I hit the bottom of this large opening, I'm going to start looking at my feet if there's any like valuables there, because that's what I was told to do.
So go ahead and make a perception check, Garbu, as you're still sinking.
Guidance.
Hey. Hey.
28.
He got it anyway.
We got the same score as a natural 20 without a natural 20.
According to 1D&D, if I'm correct, a natural
there is
20.
No crit, so it's the same.
Is it? I thought they said they now have it where like crit is doing like automatic success.
I
but
thought they were removing crit or something.
No. Like on like skill checks and everything is just gonna be auto successes.
Yeah, they're like.
There's not 1D&D yet, so.
Yeah.
Do we want to make that switch?
No, God no.
No, fuck no.
So anyways, yeah, you're not like seeing anything that looks to be valuable or anything like that. But you're still sinking. It's a pretty big, deep chamber. So I'm gonna, for relativity's sake, if it took at least.
You said it was like 12 minutes to get to the bottom of the chamber first.
It was like 20 to go straight
it was 20
through
the well and then 12
through the
chamber.
Yeah, but that's her also free swimming, and not
not just plummeting.
Large
iron
clad suit.
I'm gonna say it takes all together.
5 minutes.
No. Altogether like 40-45 minutes to all of you to help grab Garbu and kind of like assist him up to where this waterfall is. So,
Did I not get to search the bottom? Did I not find anything?
you're like, no, I said you didn't find anything.
Oh, I didn't hear that bit.
Well, I said you didn't find anything and you're still sinking, but like, no, there's nothing down there.
Nobody drops coins down this well? What a bunch of dinguses.
Maybe they don't believe in that.
Maybe they didn't want lead poisoning.
Who doesn't believe in magic?
Maybe they don't.
Let's go.
Maybe the Lord doesn't like people jumping or throwing things down his well.
That's too bad.
But anyways,
You're
so as you all start to go over the waterfall, pretty much, so yeah.
anyone have rope? Is there anything to tie a rope to?
What if I just
We
stay
have
at
rope.
the top of the waterfall and hold a rope while you guys descend, and then I'll just take the fall damage, I guess?
Yeah, we have a rope.
We could tie it to a. Is there a good sized rock that we could tie the rope to, so we could make our descent down, or make our ascent up after we're done
Have
with
you
it?
ever played Legend of Zelda where Link can put on the heavy boots and just kind of stand still in running water or whatever? I feel like that's Garbu. He's just heavy enough, right?
Like, if you want to tie a rope around Garbu, sure. Like, there's not like any rock formation that seems suitable to try to tie a rope around.
That would at least keep you guys from taking fall damage.
Plus, you said it was in the bag of holding, right?
It is in the bag of holding.
Okay.
It's gonna fill up with water.
An extra dimensional space.
That holds a certain amount of stuff and weight. Water can weigh. Just saying.
Just be quick. Just be quick, lol.
Gotta be quick.
I mean, as soon as
But
you
I
stick your
just-
hand in, you
I
just
just
snake
need to
rope
know.
and
I
pull
just
back
need to
out.
know whatever you guys are doing. You either can
Well,
take.
Oh,
the-
wait. How much water can it hold?
How much you want to bet or try?
I'm just asking.
Your bag of
Because-
holding can hold up to 500 pounds.
So that would probably be
Would a
around
water
200
count
gallons.
as one item? Out of curiosity.
It doesn't matter if it's one item. The bag of holding.
No, for my bag, would a water count as one item?
Yes.
No, because it's
Aw.
Water molecule is an item.
it is a continuous flow. It will take up all of the spaces,
But
Again,
within my
your-
bag, I
again,
can only
your
hold
bag-
5 items.
but it still has the same weight capacity.
Yes, but could I fill it with water? Yeah. Would that water count as more or less than 5 items?
It will
My God.
fill up your bag regardless.
Fuck my life.
While I'm down here, I'm just going to open my bag.
See, and this is why it was better to have a solo adventure because shit happened. Now we're just sitting and discussing,
Okay.
thinking about shit.
Look, I
And
just
then
want to
I'll
be a
pull it out.
waterbender,
How-
okay?
However many space slots you had left, you need to
5.
put. I thought you had one thing in there at least.
It's out. It was the
No.
shield.
Okay,
The shield got
That was the
taken
shield.
out, yeah.
so
I
just
was
put
leaving it empty in case we needed it.
It's
And we
full of
needed it.
water. All 5
Yeah.
spots are taken up by water.
That's what the asterisk means, is that it's just full of water.
Yep,
Now.
it's just full of water.
Emergency water. Emergency. Okay.
And
Well, let's just-
It's heavy.
It's a bag of holding. It weighs the
All right.
It's a magical enchantment.
I know, but I'm just letting you know.
Can we get ready to fight this thing?
Do I have to pull water out, or can I just say water and it'll shoot out of the bag?
So you just reach in, grab the bottom of the bag, and flip it inside out, and it shoots all of its contents out.
We don't want to do that with my bag.
But with my bag,
Right,
now
I'm talking about my bag. How do I get the
let's
water
just
out?
take the fall damage. Forget the rope.
Just take the fall damage.
Lisa is in a, I wish I could like.
We have one
Undo the
bag
water
full of
breathing.
water, and the other one still maintains its same consistency.
I'm just gonna slowly walk towards the edge.
Or you can't walk, you can swim.
Swim to
I'm
the edge.
gonna walk because I'm heavy enough to walk.
All right,
I'm
who's
just
going
gonna say,
first?
You guys are killing me. What are you guys doing at the mouth
Can
of the
I-
cave that should be
We're
sucking
going
you
over
all
the waterfall.
should be sucking you all through, but because of all of the shenanigans that are going on, what are you
can we
guys
just
doing?
Just swim.
can we just cannonball him down? I don't know.
Okay. If everybody's
Jump
just
off the
yeah.
waterfall.
if everybody's just going through the waterfall, I'm gonna roll 4d6 because it 40 feet, and you're gonna take half of whatever it is.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
God, it's so low.
7.
7.
It's
Sure.
actually like average, isn't it? For 4d6. That's a little above average. The average would be 12.
Yeah. Anyway,
It's still
can,
low.
can Karu take double damage because he's a fat chunker?
I'll take the full 13 if that makes you happy.
Wait,
No.
so are we?
Well,
How much do I take?
Good. 7.
uh,
Oh no,
I
6.
cover
Sorry.
in
6.
metal.
Sorry.
6.
okay, just
Mm.
take 9. How about that? I'll be
9.
yeah, one extra, pretty much one whole fall damage.
All right, let's go. Oh my god.
Uh,
I'll walk across the bottom underneath where they're swimming to try and stay in accordance with where they are. Because I don't know how to swim, 1, and 2, I don't think I can in heavy armor right now.
it's so as you all kind of go over, you're in like it's not deep, like not like I don't know 10 to 20. It's
tall.
like 20 feet deep, but
That's 10 times my height.
there is like I said earlier, kind of like a small tunnel, if you will, that's just water flowing through it. So, but it's not strong enough to pull you guys, but it's just obviously as water fills this little thing up, it goes in that direction. But you guys can kind of climb above it and get onto the rocks and stuff like that.
All right.
So,
Okay.
if that's what we're doing, we'll start that up next time.
Yay.
As
Nobody died.
give it a second.
Give it a second.
Wait, how big's this thing?
Chunker.
About as big as a dragon.
Well, guess what I'm doing? I'm staying really far away.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you're gonna dimension door right inside of it.
No, the last time I was close to something big. Twice I got smashed by them. You got
Just
We're
smashed
in water
once.
this time.
Hey,
Just give
We're
us.
in water this time. It won't happen.
You'll like what I have, so
I thought about preparing Animate Dead, but decided against it. But it would have been nice to just have a zombie skeleton dragon that's literally just got the same stats as a regular zombie.
I'll
How do
I'll
we
even
get it out?
I'll even do this. I will give you a you can't move your tokens, but we'll give you a sample.
Am I still underwater?
Ah,
DM, I have a question about this. Is it a slope or is it just like a cliff face that I would need to swim up to get to?
It's
Or
not
just stuck in the water?
it is a cliff face, if you will, but like you can kind of like crawl your way up it. Because again, the tunnel isn't like the whole length of that. It's just a small, decent little watery tunnel that probably through natural causes has eventually led into that direction. So you can climb up it and get through. But we'll get back to that next time. So, thank you everybody for coming out and joining whatever this is. It's weird, kind of cool,
2
weird.
gnomes and 2 elves.
It got weird pretty
3
fast.
gnomes.
So, why don't we catch this up next time? So hope you guys see you then. Until then, I don't even know what to think of anymore. Like a lot of this was just so weird. So I hope you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful night, and we'll catch you later. Bye.